What up? What up? What up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We're running late. What time is it? 10:17. Oh my god. Link. Link. Who's up here? Paul. You still here, Paul? Fishing pole. Ain't ready for nothing tonight. So what's going on? What up? What up? What up? What up? Who do I got? What's going on? What's up?
It took me forever to come up. My phone was for. Hi.
What up? What up? What up?
What up? What up? What up? How are you doing?
Good. What was your damn phone doing? I wouldn't let you get on.
Oh, every time I click, things, you have to go through steps to get on. And every time I clicked a step, I had to wait,
Gotcha.
a little longer than usual. But it's okay. I'm here.
Cool. Might be YouTube. Everything's acting crazy on YouTube and shit lately. So
Yeah, it's like I can't comment on things. It's just strange.
what other night it started?
Yeah, so we're
Well,
not the only
I didn't
ones.
even realize it till Solitaire put a video on that there's some ducks on her channel, and it wouldn't or a short. No, it won't that because that was a video. She did that afterwards because I can comment on the video. She had a short up of that train, and I went to and it wouldn't even bring the comments up. It just like kind of make a little flat, light
Does
up a little bit or whatever, but it would never go to
Yeah,
comment. I was like, "What the hell?" And
yeah,
then she's like, "Oh yeah, I meant to tell you." She said she was trying the same thing on my comment, so but I
yeah,
could
and
go
I
to everybody else's
can't,
channel and comment just fine. What's up,
and
Project
I
D?
can't, yeah, and I
And
can't
then
comment on yours.
but you were able to earlier because you have
Yeah,
commented on DJ channel, but now you can't.
yeah, I
Uh,
can't.
Deborah was in my chat. Said she's been trying to like message Paul. Or was having a hard time like something. So and then I forgot Tommy put out that short talking about the comments because that's before I was even aware I was even had a problem. So I didn't really put two and two together with Tommy's little short that I'd seen because I didn't it hadn't really affected me. So I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
can't even
DARPA.
I can't even if I go to my DJ Slim channel, it won't
Yeah.
let me it won't let me comment on my regular Cricket channel. But the Cricket
Wow.
the Cricket can comment on DJ Slim's channel, but I can't.
That's strange.
I don't know. So there's something going on with the YouTube world.
Who
Uh,
knows?
oh, and I can comment from my computer to
Uh,
the same comments on Solitaire's channel that I couldn't comment on my phone. I can do it from my computer. I made a comment today to check it, and
wow.
also she replied to the comment. And when I went to my YouTube channel and just hit the notification bell and hit her notification that she applied, replied. She's like, "Hey, how did you make a comment? I didn't think we was able to." I was able to reply from that notification to her channel, but I went back to her actual channel
But
in that
not,
video, and I still cannot go to the comments. So something's funky in YouTube world.
yeah, who knows? Maybe it'll work itself out.
Yeah, well, they'll fix it. I mean, it's obvious that we ain't the only three motherfuckers it's happening to. I hope not,
Yeah.
or four, or
Hey,
whatever.
Darp,
So
I said
it's.
hi to you over. I said hi to you over in Angel's chat. I don't think you saw me though.
Oh, I seen Angel was live earlier. I mean, I don't go over there, but I seen the
Yeah.
notification that she was live.
I
I gotta
did
go.
my dart. I did my DARPA with all the exclamation points.
Oh yeah, hold it down. I'll be right back. I'll grab a beer.
Okay, hold it down. All right, I will. Oh no. Fraudulent charge. Good luck on that if that's what it is. I just had that happen to me back in July. That's a pain, when you see fraud done on your debit card.
What? Oh, he's
When
fighting with his bank. Oh, he's fighting with his banks. I
yeah,
got you. What's up, Paul?
yeah, he was multitasking. Yeah, I've had fraudulent charges on my card, my debit card, back in July, and had to put a stop on that, and how to make a claim against the charges, and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Hey, knock on wood. I never had nothing like that happen.
Oh, it's frustrating.
I've
And
had a
you have
couple things back in the days that I thought was like called like raise hell, and then I found out it was some shit I did,
oh
or
shoot.
what I mean, signed up for some shit, and they started taking money. It's like, what the fuck is this?
It was your doing.
Fucking Time Life magazine bullshit. Yeah, so free trial shit or something. Yeah, so I clicked the wrong box on something. I was like, oh, that was me. My bad. Uh-uh.
Oh god.
This is no, but so how many times my card got unlinked from another bank. So I tried to log in usual. Use my fingerprint. Nope. I just click forget password and it says this service is unavailable right now. Oh shit. That's it. Yeah, we're kind of running late tonight.
Yeah, you are.
Well, just a few different things came up.
Well, things happen. It's all
Really
right.
were prepared for the damn situation at hand. Is what it amounts to.
Well, we'll do as far as we can. You still want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, sure. We read some. What did you get? You got the ebook and all. Did you have to? Did you have to? Was you able to get a free version of the ebook, or did you have to buy it?
Oh, I just bought it. I didn't
Uh,
want to go through all that rigmarole.
you have no, and like I say, sign up for shit and forget to cancel it.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
And then what I
speaking of, I
usually
do. I
do
got
is,
that audio book. I signed up that audio book, and it's a free trial, and I got 2 books. But I think I'm gonna have to 30 days. They're gonna start charging me for some shit. So,
yeah, see, that's just it. I won't
and
keep
I'm gonna
up with
forget that
what,
shit.
right. I won't keep up with it. So I just bought the book straight out, the ebook. So I don't get a free trial because then that'll be a monthly charge. What
All right.
page are we on?
Oh, that's where I don't know. I never looked at. I know Project D. It didn't really. I didn't think it really showed the page numbers, did it? I don't think he said it's different in the book.
I
It's
know,
one.
but down at the bottom, it'll get me to the chapter 7
Oh, I
instead of
got
me
you.
flipping page by page. Yeah.
Page 141.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Now, if it wants to cooperate.
You went plain white wrapper.
Okay, I'll fix it in a minute. Oh, God. What happened now?
Oh, that's right. Well, at least you didn't. Well, at least you didn't total off your computer over it, though. At least Project D.
I know. I just bought it straight out.
Well, no, his is pirated too, but he just got a better version, and he did better. He didn't mess up.
Okay, let's see.
Because he said his copy is pirated also, but he didn't get one that blew up his computer like tried. It didn't work for him. What's up, Gina's Point? What's up, Bobo?
Okay, why is that not wanting to cooperate? I
Yeah, I
already
don't know. I
bought
don't
it.
know why we've done that, Bobo. Is there a problem? I know there's a problem with commenting on shorts. I didn't know about. Bobo said there's a problem with the channel. When I went to hit live, it took me to log in and reset password. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I think some shit's going on. Project D experienced internet pirates since 2000. He wears it well. That's cool. I like that. Well, whatever, and stay on.
Hmm.
Oh, that's right, Gina. Where you at? Cause you're down that way, ain't you? How's the weather where you're at? She's near where the hurricanes coming through.
Hmm.
I think she's in Florida, right, Gina?
All
Right, just
right.
trying.
How do I how do I get to my library? I
Take
had
your
this
time.
thing. It was set to it.
Yeah, yeah.
It was set to it
Just,
in
just, just to update. While Cranky was on vacation, someone came in her home and stole her book, so now she's had to get an ebook. She's in I don't know how you say that. Sarasota, Florida. Oh yeah, so y'all. I'd seen some people
so
had some shit in Florida up today. It was like it was getting hammered pretty good on the west coast side of Florida.
I don't get it.
Take your time. We'll figure it out. This
It
be
know it knows I'm
we'll
here.
be a learning night. We'll relearn. We'll relearn the club tonight.
Manage account.
Sarasota, Sarasota, Sarasota. Yeah, okay. Sarasota, Florida. think I got that right. Close. Sarasota. Sarasota. Yeah, that's right. Sounds about right.
Oh God, now I gotta add my phone number. What the
The fuck
heck?
you doing? What are you trying to do? Read a book or damn? Kind of
Oh man,
thought you had the damn thing already.
I had it
Um,
all set up, but I guess the session expired.
uh,
Took a while.
uh, hey, I checked in. I will check. I'm gonna check the peaches and sour cream tomorrow, Bobo. Solitaire's got the peanut butter. She just ain't mixed none up yet. I think she's gonna mix them up. We'll try that tomorrow. And have y'all checked out one of the Mayflower cigars yet? Or I don't know if you still plan on trying one out. I'm curious if they're any good from that uh, dude I listen to on the Daily Wire. What's his name? Something Knowles. Mark Knowles. Mac Knowles. Fucking something. Mike Knowles. California. Well, what on? I'm waiting. Cranky's dog ate her homework while she was away, so she's gotta reprint it. Pages is this damn chapter.
I took my dogs with me.
Oh, that's right. So you say.
Did. I'll be right back.
What? I. Oh, okay, Bubba. Yeah, I was just like I said, I ain't a cigar smoker. I was just wondering if you was gonna try them or not. I was curious to. I've heard him talk about them a lot. I never known nobody to smoke one. Hunker down, Gina. Yeah, I hope y'all be safe, Gina. Well, ain't like you gonna go out of your way to be unsafe, but you know what I mean. All right, Paul. Hey, everyone. I'm getting ready to read this. Try to read some of this chapter of this book here in a minute. What are you doing? Oh, by the way, at lunch today. Cookie was good. I know. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Okay.
No, she ain't booted out. She's there.
Here.
She just went.
Did you say? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Did you say page 171?
141.
Oh, 141. Sorry.
Four. Four.
That's right. We're in my neck of the woods. Okay, I'm here.
We're here. We're not queer. Oh,
It looks
here you
weird
are.
for the 7th chapter.
Yeah. Oh, I need to turn this. Turn my lamp off. I need more light. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. I can see something now. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it does it actually show you like the start of the chapter on the
I'm not seeing it.
on your tablet, but you're on page 141. What's it telling you?
Okay. Starts off with in mid-sentence, experiences in Las Vegas in a letter from Zion National Park in Utah.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh, he's having a problem.
So that is not the beginning of the what's that? Oh, okay.
Good night.
Good night, Larry.
I'm pretty sure for the Florida native game, I'm pretty sure that's coming up. That one.
All right. Yep. So you should be at in the forest. Forested. And frosted, actually. Frosted.
Let's get to work now. Good night.
Don't forget what?
Watermelon.
I said watermelon. Don't forget watermelon.
Now our pages aren't going to match up.
Yeah, that's what Project D was having, but he can find it. Yeah, he's saying the chapters are hard to find, but if you're using Amazon Kindle, there's a chapter search. I don't know what she's got it on.
I don't have an Amazon Kindle. I have an iPad.
Hey, what's up, Electra?
Hi, Electra. We're trying to read this book.
You got your book yet? Get on. We're kind of like just practicing. I'm late anyway, so if you still want to, you ain't got to jump in at night if you don't want to, but if you still want to
Oh,
read,
I got it. I
please
got it.
come
I
read
got
with
it.
us. You got it?
I got the beginning of chapter 7, Desert Solitaire.
Yep. That's where you want to be.
Electra, did you get your book? Oh, and you said I'm plain white rapper, huh?
Yeah, yes, you are.
Okay. Oh, yeah, fix that.
I need because I don't want to stay Avatar, so but I need to put I need to get a motorcycle in the background where I got a little Slimity Cricket Bookman.
Did I fix it?
She's getting the book as we speak. She says, "No, you still a plain white rapper."
Huh. I wonder if I have to leave. Let me leave and come back.
All right, leave and come back. Yeah, we got all night. California. And as y'all know, please excuse some of the misspoken words because some of the words in this book are a little tough. There you go. Here comes Crank Mike. Meister. She's back in business. There you go. What'd you
I
do?
better.
Yeah, what'd you do? Go get another motorcycle? That ain't the motorcycle you had a while ago.
Yeah, it was.
Electra, just double checking we still on. Yeah, Ghost Rider by Neil Peart.
Peart. Peart.
Peart. It's like the
Peart.
shampoo. It's like the shampoo.
No, it's Peart.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
pronounced Peart, but we all say Peart.
Oh yeah. Hey, oh, sure, got it. But anyway, we are. Oh, I was just explaining why you was gone. There are some, at least for me, it's a good read. It's a good read. There's some stuff in here I have trouble pronouncing, so if I misread or just plain out skip some words, don't take it offense.
And
Right.
Electra, I don't know if you can hear me right now.
You can, I guess you can. I mean, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, if she's looking around other places, I don't know. She's
Oh
trying to
yeah.
get her thing going.
Says okay, perfect, got it.
But currently, the chapter we're on, Neil's in our part of the country, which makes it kind of nice. He, in the last chapter, was strolling through my neck of the woods, and
Right, yeah.
it was nice. Yeah, it's nice hearing him. A lot of familiar places, lots of familiar places.
Yeah, he's still over there on the. He's still there.
Yeah, and everyone, I'm home from vacation. I got in last night at 7 o'clock. I had 2 slices of pizza. I stepped in here for a while and it was good night, lights out. I fell asleep with my clothes on.
There you go. Here we go.
On top of the bed with my clothes on.
There we go. That's what was going on. Say something again.
Huh?
Hello. Say something again.
Me?
Yeah.
Am I too loud or too
No.
soft?
I had something turned down, but no, you're good. You're fine. I have to make sure it's on it.
Check.
Yeah, check.
Okay, drop the link. Drop the
Alright,
link for Electra.
you ready? Let's go. You want me to start it? All right, we're chapter 7.
No,
You ready?
drop the link for Electra.
Oh, she wants the link.
Yeah, she's ready.
And she's reading on, coming up, and she's ready to come up. No, but there it is.
Oh, she's an excellent speaker. She'd be an asset.
Yeah, right.
And read along with us. And she has a really cute avatar.
I've seen a thing that's a living avatar.
My friend Savage has an avatar similar, and her avatar will dance and everything. It's really fun. Now, my chapter 7 starts on my page 132.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, that's where the problem comes. You're like almost 10 pages different.
Yeah.
Because
But I'm
it's
sure I'll
probably.
locate my book before next week.
You are a little bit lower on your volume than normal, but maybe it's just me.
Step me up a bit then.
I mean, I already did. That's like I got maxed. Hold on, let me just test your mic itself. I got it on just like automatic set, which is usually normal.
Okay, well, I could speak up.
No, that's fine. I mean, I can hear you, so it's all good.
She'll be up in a few minutes, and we could start, and she'll catch up with us. She'll be up in a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We start, but I'm going to ask you. No, I can't. Never mind. Hold on. I got this something. I can't step your mic up that much because now I hear myself. I got to turn your mic back down like it was automatic.
Yeah.
You're fine. Yeah, I cranked up your
Am I
microphone and I
okay?
could hear me.
Cranked up, cranky.
Yeah.
Do you want me
But
to start?
anyway, does your, I guess the ebook, does it tell a little? Because there's like a little, like a quote or something at the beginning of every
Yeah,
chapter.
it shows him riding down a dirt highway.
And then you see the little quote like, "We traveled on a road to
Yeah.
adventure."
Yeah.
Okay, you want me to start I'll start the first chapter. You want me to?
The first chapter.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean. First
Yeah, I
page.
know what you mean. You only get this. This is the first page.
I'll start chapter 7.
Alrighty, go for it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and fuck it up right out of the gate. Desert Solitaire, chapter 7. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah.
Okay, because I ain't gonna try to get screaming when the sun is went to bed. Okay, I guess I'll start with this little quote. Here's a quote. We traveled on the road to adventure, on a desert highway straight to the heart of the sun, like lovers and heroes, in the restless part of every one. We're only at home when we're on the run, on the run. Dreamline, 1991. Hey, rhyme. Like the way you did that. Okay, so we go. In the frosted mountain reflected my personal soulscape.
Forested mountains.
If forested mountains reflected my personal soulscape, there were other kinds of landscapes that appealed to me as well, and to different parts of me. The more I traveled in the 4 great deserts of America West, and the more I came to love them too, each in its own character. The sagebrush, the juniper shrubs of the Great Basin, the creosote bushes, and the Joshua trees of the Mojave, and the
Mojave.
Mojave, and the
Agave.
agave, and the smoke trees of Colorado, and the oh boy, see, man, why did I even start?
Octio.
Tilio Palo Vidata
Verde.
Verde,
Verde. And
and
Sakura
the
cactus
Seguro
of the
cactus of
Sonora.
the damn Sonora. Okay, hope they only keep using them words all through this damn chapter. There's light. Let me get some more light in here too. I came to think of all these desert visits as my dreamscape.
Vistas.
Vistas, this kind of vistas as my dreamscape for the awesome scale and sheer space in their
Arid lands.
arid lands of mystery. I shouldn't have started. I should have let somebody warm this book up. Look at everything. Why don't you take over
Sublet.
from there? I
Yeah,
read the
I'll
first
take
page.
over.
Go to that.
Subtly in harsh beauty reflected in the setting that was surreal and yet familiar, foreboding, yet full of grace. The word desert refers only to the desertion of humans, of course, for the plant and animal life in these regions is rich and enchanting and perfectly adapted to what Mary Austin called the land of little rain. Consider the humble creosote bush, a raggedy dark green shrub which dotted the high Mojave Desert by the billions, all even spaced. Its roots were thought by some scientists to emit toxins which prevented any other plant growing too near, and given off a pungent scent that filled the air after a rainstorm. Inside parentheses, the source of their name. Taken altogether, the countless creosote bushes not only represented the largest biomass of any life form in the West, but certain colonies of creosote were also thought to be, uh, hold on, Flip the page.
Yeah,
The oldest living
oldest
things on
living
Earth,
thing.
spreading from the same rhizome roots for 10 or 12,000 years. I don't know where the page ends. You'll have to let me know.
Oh, you're good. You got another big couple, 2 paragraphs yet.
Okay. The more you studied the desert, the more you saw how alive it was, seen and unseen. Coyotes, tarantulas, crows, gilla woodpeckers, horned larks, rabbit brush, burrow weed, and all the different cacti, and sometimes even flowers. The roadside occasionally glowing with the white lily-like trumpets of the sacred datra, or the delicate red blossoms of the tall, slender ocotillo. Because of these apparitions were rare, sometimes occurring only once a year, they're predominantly than a meadow of wildflowers in the prairies or eastern woodlands.
So you got like one more
Riding
whole
a
paragraph. Go ahead.
okay, riding a motorcycle on an empty desert 2-lane also had a dreamlike quality. No traffic to threaten or distract, no tight, blind corners through the trees, no worries about gravel on the pavement or stalled trucks hidden around a fast bend. Everything was open, every source of danger was literally miles away, and so was any source of beauty. The landscape unfolded in a slow tableau as I rode towards the next rise in the road or the next jagged range of mountains. And there was plenty of time to look around at the big picture as well as the details, resting my legs on the cylinder heads and letting it all come toward me.
All right, that's pretty much the end of that page. There's just one more sentence and it goes to the next page. So I'll go from there. And we'll be on to page 40. Oh, your page don't matter. So, kind of me. On the run from overcrowded California and full of worry about Brutus sitting in some hellhole of a jail in Buffalo, I headed east again toward the mountains and the desert. Since I wouldn't be meeting up with Brutus for a while, I had decided to make a run run
Rendezvous.
it was a rendezvous. I thought it was, but I've said that a lot. I've never actually wrote it down. But yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Make a rendezvous with Jackie's sister, Deb, her partner Mark, their 2-year-old son, Rudy, and the bull terrier, Dexter, who were also traveling through the West in a big rented RV. In the past year and 2 months, Deb too had been trying to live through her grief over Jackie and Selena, and in some ways her loss was as great as my own. She had lived with our family for about 10 years in Toronto. After all, she had been very close to both her sister and her niece, and at the end, it had been Deb and me who had held each other of Jackie's hands and watched her take her last breath in the hospital in Barbados. So, she and I understand each other. That's what's up. I had been calling her often on my own travels, both at her home and on her cell phone in the RV, and we had agreed that we would meet up as soon as they got out of my neighborhood, anywhere in the West. When I had been feeling crowded aimless in California, I decided I didn't have anything more important to do than get back to the desert, dreamscape, and ride 1,000 miles across Nevada and Utah to visit them. A mission as good as any for the Ghost Rider. After a couple hours, I made it back to Serena, Nevada,
Sierra Nevada.
Sierra, Nevada, and on the long climb up Highway 108, I stopped for breakfast in the town of Sonoma. That's like the race Sonora.
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 Sonora,
In
yeah.
parentheses, during the California Gold Rush after 1849, one of the wildest, most lawless places in the West, but now a sleepy little mountain town. Wow, I'd like to have been there in
It
1849.
it's really cute.
That
I've
shit
been
was
to
wild.
Sonora. It's really nice.
I was reminded again of Brutus when I saw a group of motorcyclists walking away from their parked bikes, obviously out for a Sunday ride together. One of them invited me to join them for breakfast, but I declined, a little weary of their colors. Their vests and jackets advertised one of the Christian motorcycle clubs, of which there were several. As wary as I have always been of, uh, I don't know what that is.
Fossilizers.
Yeah, I still don't want it. Postulate what she said. In the wake of what the gods had put me through, I was even less open to theological discussions. Right.
Yeah.
However, Dente, Dente,
Whatever deity.
deity people tried to hold up as a
Metaphysical explanation.
metaphysical explanations, justifications, or consolations. As far as I'm concerned, none of them have been very good to me. Lacking the patience or blind faith of the job, and then
Of Job.
after this, and faith of
Lacking
the
the
job,
patience or blind faith of Job.
the Job. Let's say Job. Oh yeah, Job. And the test of the faith. And at the end of this paragraph is the next page. Just flip the page. I had no use for him, her, or them. So you can start it before.
Before leaving the restaurant, I put on my long
Oh, well, that
underwear and
just backstage. But go ahead.
bring her up.
No, I got her.
Hi,
Hello.
Alexa.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good, good,
Great.
good.
How are you?
I'm good.
I just got
Thanks.
home last night from a 7-week vacation. I was up in Washington visiting my son.
Oh
Took a
yeah, I remember
10-hour
you
ride
told
back
me.
down Highway 5. Oh my God, Highway 5. What can I tell you about
So
it? The 5.
so many
All
big
right.
Of the
trucks
5.
All right.
and massive trucks and traffic.
Yeah, and going, and
Oh,
going
we was
straight.
reading. I didn't read.
Yeah.
I didn't see your comment. She went and one of her friends got monetized. She went and super chatted them. Cool.
Yeah, I had to go
Oh,
drop a
good.
super chat real quick, but I'm back and I'm ready to read when you guys are. So
Okay.
get back to it. I
Okay.
don't want to interrupt. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Do
You
are you
can
up to?
if you
I mean, you know where we're
Yeah,
at.
I'll find out where you're at if she
Oh, okay.
keeps
Okay.
reading, and then I'll go next if you
yeah,
want.
we're in
Okay.
chapter
Cool.
7, and then you can
Yeah.
we do one page each.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
And
Or
I don't know
roughly.
where the page ends, but Slim does because
Yeah.
the electronic
What do you
version
have? You
doesn't
got it on
drive.
ebook also.
I have a Kindle Kindle app on my iPhone.
Okay. I
So
think
it might
probably be
jive.
it's
It might
easier to
work.
find the pages that way. Then okay, we'll figure it out. All right. But
Yeah, I'll
anyway,
Okay.
we're on
find
page
it.
144.
All right.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
here
Go
we
ahead,
go.
Frankie.
Before leaving the restaurant, I put on my long underwear under the leathers and dug out my heavy winter gloves and plastic rain suit, for I was heading up to the Sonora Pass, one of the highest passes in the Sierras, at 9,624 feet. It would be cold up there now in early October, and in just a few weeks, when the snow started to fly, the pass will be closed for the winter. The ride up through Hart Twain, a doppelganger ghostwriter town named after Bret Hart and Mark Twain, who had both written famously at the gold rush days. They had carried me off into my mountain soulscape on a glorious day, clear and cold, the road winding endlessly up to the high pass and down again. On the far side of the Sierras, I looked down over the blue expanse of Mono Lake, eventually picking out the sculptural peaks of the tufa formations along the south shore and beyond, the dreamscape of the high desert. Mono Lake was a rare example of a unique, desolate area that had escaped being destroyed by thoughtless exploitation, if only narrowly. In the 70s, the lake had been rapidly dwindling, siphoned away to the voracious thirst of the ever expanding megapolis of Los Angeles. However, a campaign to save the lake had gained enough publicity and the support to sway public opinion, and Los Angeles had been obliged to stop its piracy and even return the streams that fed the lake. In the late 1800s, Mark Twain had written a present observation about the place of the water in the West. Whiskey's for drinking, water is for fighting over. So it has been throughout the 20th century, with virtually every Western river dammed and distributed along the different states, in parentheses, and sometimes into Canada and Mexico. Every aquifer pumped up from even deeper underground until it seems as though every single drop of the most precious commodity in the dry western states has been gathered, rerouted, argued over, and ultimately subsidized by the federal government. Am I still good?
If you want to, the next paragraph goes a good little ways onto the next page, so it's up to you either way.
If you'd like to go lecture, you can go.
Well, I go or she can start there if she wants to, because there's only like four lines of this paragraph, and then it goes to the next page.
Yeah.
We ain't
Go
got
ahead,
Okay.
lecture.
I mean,
Okay.
the one page ain't like a written law or nothing. So don't. But
All
just,
right.
I mean, if you want to go 3 pages, you get feeling good. Keep read on. But
Okay.
do you know where we're at though? We're at
Yeah.
page 144. Okay.
Uh-huh. If Mono Lake had been saved for the present, Owens Lake, just to the south, hadn't been so lucky. In fact, it was no longer a lake at all, but a white mineralized playa. The whole Owens River system had quite literally been stolen by the city of Los Angeles at the turn of the century, when the city's phenomenal expansion had far outgrown the tiny Los Angeles River, beside which it had first grown, as the Pueblo de Nuestra Señora de la Reina de los Angeles, or Town of Our Lady of the Queen of the Angels. The city's first water commissioner, William Mulholland, was charged with finding a new supply, and he set out in a horse-drawn wagon across the Mojave to the Owens Valley. The Owens River delivered water from the Sierra Nevada snowmelt and the White Mountains in Nevada and emptied into Owens Lake, which was surrounded by irrigated farms and orchards, and even plied by steamboats serving the nearby mining areas of Death Valley and the Panamint Valley. Within a few years, the majority of the land surrounding the river and lake had been bought up surreptitiously and even fraudulently by representatives of Los Angeles, and a vast aqueduct was built to carry its water across the desert to the thirsty city. By all accounts, Mulholland himself was a dedicated civil servant, from humble beginnings as a ditch digger to ultimately holding the whole Los Angeles water system in his head, and he did not profit from the schemes that grew around his public works. When he opened the aqueduct, he gave perhaps the shortest dedication speech ever, pointing to the water and saying, "There it is, take it." Others were less civic-minded, however, including the mayor at the time, who bought the only land in the Owens Valley suitable for a dam site, and the Otis and Chandler families, owners of the Los Angeles Times, which had campaigned loudly for the bond issue to pay for the project. Together with only admittedly far-sighted capitalists, they bought the dry, worthless land of the San Fernando Valley. They used the excess water from the aqueduct to irrigate what would become the most lucrative citrus groves and later real estate in the West. Should I keep going?
Yeah, there's this. If you go to Santa Monica Mountains, is the end of this page.
Okay.
The next little paragraph.
Yeah. Mulholland, meanwhile, ended his life in disgrace after a dam built under his supervision in San Francisco Canyon collapsed one night during a flash flood and caused huge destruction and loss of life. In modern times, he is chiefly memorialized by the famous Mulholland Highway, Mulholland Drive, which I've driven on in LA. Just a side note.
I was
A
gonna say
scenic,
Mount Hollywood Drive.
yeah, a scenic 2-lane winding along the crest of the Hollywood Hills and the Santa Monica Mountains.
Yeah, when they
Santa
started
Monica.
talking about Mulholland, I went, okay, now I know where that street name came from.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
thinking
Now I
about. I'm
know.
thinking. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about Santa Monica Freeway makes a country boy feel blue. You're the reason.
Yeah.
That, no, I'm thinking somewhere else.
But I'm
That's
learning
the
a little
10. That's the
history.
10
Scottsdale,
freeway.
Oklahoma, and I'm coming home to you. All right, page
Nice.
48. So that was turn the page. All right, here we go. In the main town of Owens Valley, Bishop, I stopped at a gas station and removed a few inner and outer layers, then rode south to Big Pine and turned east on California 168, a little road that Brutus and I had taken on our first trip to Death Valley during the Test for Echo tour. Twisting and climbing on an almost empty 2-lane of perfect pavement, squeezing down to 1 lane between the borders of Westgard Pass, then 2 more 7,000-foot passes till Gilbert Summit and the Lido Summit,
Lido.
Lido Summit. I came down into the high desert of the creosote and the Joshua trees. Cool and slimity. Oh, that's sunny. I did that on purpose. Cool and sunny, and across the line to the Nevada. At the junction with 95, I came upon the Cottontail Ranch. These I like
Always open.
The privacy things always fuck me up because I don't even know if we need them sometimes, but
We
I
do
always,
need them.
okay. Cottontail
We
Ranch,
do.
always open in parentheses. So you got to put the always open. So you got to throw a little spaz when you get it down here.
Yeah.
In parentheses, I don't know. Anyway, came upon the Cottontail Patch, which is always open, by the way, which was actually a brothel. Ooh, okay, now we're talking. What up? Which with a big gravel parking lot. Out front were a couple of semis and a few cars. Were the only business that afternoon. I didn't stop. I noted. Heading north through the near ghost town of Goldfield to the junction with the Grand Army of the Republic Highway, I decided to look for a room in a little town of Tonopah,
Tonopah.
which means water in Soshu, and thus says up regular in place names. It means water in some places, a whole bunch of places.
Oh, it's
Some
Shoshone. Shoshone,
yeah.
that's a Indian tribe.
Okay.
I have an
There you go.
idea.
Lecture. Read that part in parentheses of what that damn means,
I
and then
have
I'll
an
carry on.
idea. How about if we have a different voice read the parentheses?
Oh, I was trying to do it. That's why I got switched it up, but it was like always open, by the way. So yeah, we go. Always
I like
open,
that.
by the
That was
way.
good.
Good. But yeah, we got to switch it up. But yeah, I don't know all that Indian stuff in there.
The
I can't really.
Tonopah, the pa suffix means water in Shoshone, and thus shows us regularly in place names in the arid regions of the Great Basin, like Ivanpah and Pahrump, which must be the Shoshone equivalent of Soggy Bottoms.
Ooh, I know a group named Soggin Bottom Boys. That's good. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, Tonopah?
Tonopah. Yeah.
Tonopah was a little town, but big enough to have a decent Best Western motel and a cozy little Mexican restaurant. Sasa?
Sukasa.
Sasa?
Sukasa.
Sukasa.
That means your
Recently opened.
house.
Yeah, mi casa, you casa. Sukasa.
Yeah, exactly.
Sukasa. Recently opened in time-honored location that had obviously served good basic food under several names before the same decor and fittings of the
Naugahyde?
Naugahyde from
Formica?
Formica, that shit. Yeah, Formica, chrome, paper napkins, and plastic water glasses. Oh yeah, I remember them restaurants.
Oh, they're still
Yep.
around. They're still around.
Was big enough to have street crime too. For I noticed two boys, 10 or 11 years of age, for God's sakes, playing. Oh, maybe they ain't the ones doing the crime. Playing around. I hope not. Playing around the parking lot that evening. And the next morning, when I went to check my tire pressure, I saw that them little dirty little bastards. I saw the valve caps were missing. An exotic souvenir for these small town boys, no doubt. A harmless prank. But I was forced to keep my speed down on those wide open desert highways in fear of the unsecured valves suddenly letting go for centrifugal force. I should know what that means better than I can say it, but because I use it in the real world.
Centrifugal?
Centrifugal force. Yeah, I know what it means, like centrifugal clutches and go karts. I know what it means and what it actually is better than I can say it or spell it. Just putting that out there. Not until I could probably explain how it works better than I can read it. Is what I'm trying to say. Not until Utah did I encounter a garage big enough to sell me a couple of goddamn. You go any fucking advanced auto nowhere? A couple of valve caps for 50 cents. He says that's parentheses. See, I did that, and then I felt I could speed safely, and that was the end of that page.
For my
So
journal that day, October 10. Cold morning, but clear and bright, with beautiful landscapes of vast high desert and rugged folded peaks, their features shadowed in the morning sun. Swallow-like birds, horned larks, all over the road, flitting up ahead of me, often missing by inches. Few cows on the road, too. I couldn't resist stopping for breakfast in Rachel, Nevada, a tiny cluster of prefab buildings and mobile homes on the extraterrestrial highway. Rachel announced itself by a sign reading, America's UFO capital, aliens welcome.
hmm,
And the souvenir stand in the restaurant was filled with such related merchandising as alien shaped guitar picks and UFO bumper stickers and coffee mugs. Rachel's proximity to the Nellis Air Force Range, including the legendary, perhaps mythical Area 51, and the Nevada test site attracted a certain fame based on reports of strange flying objects, which might have been reverse engineered from captured spaceships, such as the one allegedly collected on a crash site near Roswell, New Mexico. Whether or not you want to believe, it's all interesting stuff.
it is.
Equally interesting to me was observing the kind of people such myths attracted. The walls of the restaurant, called the Little Ale Inn, ouch, were lined with cartoons and slogans disparaging the government, the president, his wife, the Bureau of Land Management, gun control advocates, and anyone else seemed to be interfering with Western freedom. The so called fierce independence of the ranchers of the Western states towards the federal government, upon which they depend for subsidies and free rights to be overgrazed federal lands, has been described as leave me alone and give me more money.
Now,
Sign
when it gets
above
to
the
that little,
bar.
I was going to say that that goes over to the next page. So if you want to read that little
Yeah, go
curvy,
ahead.
whatever it shit means when it's wrote all
Tonight,
sideways looking at stuff.
that's in italics.
Yeah, italic. I was
Signed
about to say Metallica, but whatever.
Written in Metallica. Go for it.
Sign above the bar. Thank you for holding your breath while I smoke, like the bed and breakfast owner I read about in Alaska. Sure, there's a non smoking area outside,
Yeah,
past warm springs, steaming, and 5 Mile Ranch where the Brutus and I wrestled gas that time.
That reference goes back to the Rush tour again. Love Rush! In the spring of 97, when Brutus and I were riding across the United States on our second cross-country blitz, coast to coast in 5 days. Apparently, we still hadn't learned to apply a little healthy skepticism when looking at maps of the American West. Not only might a name on the map not represent a gas station, it might not represent anything. So when Brutus and I pulled out of Rachel, Nevada that morning, we decided not to bother refueling yet. We figured we had another 60 miles worth and could easily make the next town on the map, Warm Springs. However, the next stretch of highway was straight, deserted, 2-lane, and we were lured into opening our throttles wider and wider until we were cruising in formation at 100 miles an hour. High speed meant high fuel consumption, and our gas gauges sank almost visibly until I glanced down to see the bright yellow light of the reserve indicator glowing. Then suddenly my eyes froze on the road ahead and widened in disbelief. An instant fear response made me back off the throttle without even thinking about it, and I stared ahead at a huge black shape materializing from behind a rise in the road. It was a jet fighter from the nearby Air Force Base, and its menacing shape seemed to hover in front of us, then bank sharply and speed off to the south. The pilot must have decided to have a little fun and throw a scare into us, and he succeeded. I realized later that my precognitive alarm at this sudden apparition was the conditioned response to "Cop!" When we got to Warm Springs, of course, there was no one there.
Oh.
We pulled into a gravel parking lot beside a couple of deserted buildings, and when we shut down our engines, we heard only the wind. We looked at each other, then climbed off the bikes, took off our helmets, and had a smoke break. Now what? Brutus spotted a payphone on a wall and leafed through the phone book for a gas station we might be able to pay to bring us gas, but none of them answered. A pickup with a horse trailer pulled into the parking lot beside us, and a rancher in late middle age, a younger woman, and an adolescent girl climbed out and opened the trailer to release their 4 horses, giving them some air and water on the shady side of the trailer. While Brutus worked the phone, I went over to ask the rancher if he knew of any gas stations nearby. The woman was spreading a foil-wrapped tray of fried chicken on the hood of the pickup, and as we talked, it became clear that she was his daughter, and the girl was her daughter. The two of them agreed that the nearest gas was in Ely, 100 miles to the north, on Tonopah, 50 miles south. When I explained our predicament, the rancher said, "I wish I could help," then pointed at the truck with a chicken leg, "but I'm running diesel." With fine Western hospitality, he offered us a piece of chicken too, but I politely declined. I was still full from a bad breakfast we'd had in Panaca, and I was also too worried about what we were going to do about this situation. The daughter suggested that we might be able to buy some gas from a rancher and said they'd passed a sizable ranch about 5 miles back. Is that the page?
Well, the last page you was on the paragraph was real long into the other page. So if you just do 2 more little small paragraphs, you'll end the second page. So you did 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's different on the phone.
No,
Sorry.
you're good. No, it's fine. No, you was on a roll. I let you go. It's fine.
Okay, all right. The 5 Mile Ranch.
Actually, I tell you what, stop it by the smell. I can.
Okay. The 5 Mile Ranch, it was called, with its brand of 5 chevrons on a sign over the gate.
What's up,
We
Larson?
drove up the laneway and stopped in the yard but didn't see anyone. The compound included a house, several outbuildings, and a couple of mobile homes, while a new mid-sized Chrysler and a couple of respectable-looking pickups and tractors were parked in the yard. So the place looked inhabited, but still no one appeared. A tiny sprinkler dribbled on a fenced patch of lawn. The front door of the house was padlocked, but the workshop doors were wide open, tools and hardware visible inside. Should I keep going?
Just a little bit. Yeah, one more and you'll finish this page. Get where it says by the smell. So you got just like one more little.
Oh, I see it. I walked nervously back to the mobile homes and a further outbuilding in a grove of cottonwoods, calling hello as I went, but there was no reply. When I returned to the bikes, Brutus was poking around the big steel fuel tank, perched high on a wooden cradle. "Can you tell the difference between gas and diesel?" he asked. "By the smell, I can."
Yeah. So he must be going back in time a little bit because Brutus is in jail. So he does that a lot in here.
And he's
Okay,
telling
who's
a
it?
story.
Yeah, his own. Yeah, yeah. He's telling a story. Wise tale, a tall tale. Uh, so is me on me?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it. Damn it, get shit straight, organized here. Anyway, he handed me the nozzle. He handed me the nozzle. I smelled it, and I told him it was gasoline. Well, I'm going. I'm going to take some. We can leave some money. I don't mind confessing. I don't mind confessing I was terrified, but I didn't have a better idea, except one thing. Let's leave the money first, I said. Already imagining a door slamming open, the click click of a chamber being filled, and the voice drawling, "What do you boys think you doing round here?" And later that day I wrote, "I can't remember what I've been so afraid, and I couldn't wait to get out there. In the old days, they used to hang horse thieves because by stealing a man's horse, you virtually condemned him to death. Might they not attach the same seriousness to gasoline, rustling? Anyway, we took gasoline each, and Brutus left a $20 bill, probably 20 times at the pump price in those times, with a note explaining our predicament. Thanks to Brutus' fearlessness, resourcefulness, and where had that got him now? Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause he's in jail.
we had rescued from a bad situation, but I felt guilty about it, and even a year and a half later, I felt nervous when I rode by. Wow, when I rode by that ranch. So I'm like, y'all, that's some money. When I rode by that ranch on my way to breakfast in Rachel, and more memories of traveling with Brutus. I carried on east for the extraterrestrial highway, the ET highway, damn it. Nothing red pavement near Panica.
Noting the red pavement.
Noting the red pavement near Panica, right?
Yeah,
Probably,
you can
probably a
just
signal, probably a signal to outer space. Who knows? Then onward to the Utah border as the regular space Joshua trees, named by Mormon
Mormon.
Mormon settlers for their alleged resemblances to the upraised arms of a prophet, gave way to the scrub juniper, then larger junipers and rocky, pillared canyons. That night, Deb and Mark and family planned to make it to the RV park in Springville, Utah, near Provo, and I covered over 500 miles that day before I checked into the Best Western Motel. There's still Best Westerns. Best Western Motels across the street from the RV park. Made a series of phone calls regarding the Brutus situation. Gave myself a phone ear, I noted. Then I had a quick dinner at the Flying J truck stop. Ooh, I bet that was a nice place. While I waited for them to arrive. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Actually, you can take over right there, Cranky. This goes over to the next page.
Okay. It was then I realized that I hadn't seen a familiar face for nearly a month since Vancouver, and I was excited about the idea of being with people I knew, and especially people who knew me. A break from always having to be on guard or avoiding certain topics of conversation with strangers. For example, how I dreaded having someone ask me an obvious pleasantry like, "So, do you have any family?" I could just be at ease with them and share feelings silently or make familiar jokes that might evoke the past, but in ways Deb and I found comforting rather than wrenching. We kept Jackie and Selena alive for each other, and we also shared the feeling that we were the only ones who really knew what had been lost. Another reason for our rendezvous was that we were all on our way to Las Vegas. After all, Mark had endured trying to care for an inconsolable partner and a newborn son. Deb had wanted to do something nice for him and latched onto a plan dreamed up by Brutus, who had been planning to meet up with me in Las Vegas and take a motorcycle riding course at the local racetrack with three-time world champion Freddie
It's pretty
Spencer,
expensive.
had been a keen motorcyclist for many years, and Deb had signed him up for riding school as part of their family getaway. Obviously, Brutus wouldn't be joining us, but at least I have Mark to share the experience with. The next day, we made our separate ways down to Las Vegas, their RV to the park at Circus Circus, and me to the riding school's designated hotel, Excalibur, a huge show place of pseudo Anthrian style built on, of course, a vast casino. There, I finally acquired an address where I could write to Brutus, and I told him all about my experiences in Las Vegas in a letter from Zion National Park in Utah, the first of many long handwritten I would be writing to him during our mutual exiles. It would prove to be good therapy for me, and it didn't seem to hurt him either. The opening comparison to being in Zion as opposed to Babylon is from Rush's song called Digital Man, in which I
Man.
borrowed the dictionary from the Rastafarians, through, though Bob Marley seemed to refer to Zion, promised land, located in Ethiopia, while his Evil Babylon, as in the live album titled Babylon by Bus, seemed to be the United States. Some might say he got it exactly backwards.
Okay, that was the
So
end of that page.
okay.
Okay.
Turn the page.
October 16th, 98, Zion Lodge. Zion's gorgeous if you ever get a chance to go, by the way. Hey,
Okay.
buddy, about 15 years ago, this jerk I used to know put these words in a rock song. He'd
Oh,
like to
he's
spend
writing
the
his
night.
journal issue. Go ahead.
What? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that he's doing another one like his journal issues, or entries or whatever. Go ahead, though.
Oh, he'd like to spend the night in Zion. He's been a long while in Babylon. That's pretty darn true for me today. After 4 nights in the howling chaos and annoying low-life society of Las Vegas. Man, I was not in the mood for that place. In the past, I've always found it moderately amusing, or at least that other guy did. But the traffic, the incessant jangling and ringing of slot machines, the crowds of fat, ugly people, and
Hmm.
lousy food, lousy service, and cheesy hotel room just drove me nuts. I was awful glad to escape from there this morning. It also occurs to me that you wouldn't mind spending a night in Zion too. Another line that Another line that Preston Jerk might have written for you. Where would you rather be? Anywhere but here. I'm sure that's true enough, no? This time it's my turn not to know what to say or do, but I hope I can be as good a friend to you through this bad time as you were through my bad times. I've told you before, but it bears repeating. Nobody was as devoted to being my friend as you were, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to repay some of that dedication. So before I get away from this maudlin seriousness, just let me say that not only will I do anything I can to help you get out of or through this ignorant situation, but your family will be looked after for as long as it takes. Just don't you be worrying about that. As long as I'm around, they'll be okay. Now stop your blubbering, or I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah, that ends that page actually. But
Okay.
I don't know for Alexa. I don't know how much in the book, but this is. I noticed like the next few pages are going to be, but early in some of the chapters, Cranky remembers because he started like a diary or a journal, and there was like one whole chapter. Remember that one whole chapter was him, and this is a few pages of him, but that's what author. So you kind of get he's talking to he's for his buddy Brutus, but now these are mostly the next few pages are him writing in his journal. So
Oh, I
these
thought
are
this was
all
a
it's
letter.
actually
Is this a letter or the journal?
or letter
This
or his
was a,
letters. I think he made a no. I think remember he started like a
yeah, but
journal in the beginning.
this was his letter to Brutus. He wrote a letter to Brutus in jail.
Oh, this is his letter to him. Okay, I missed that part because he did do the big journal thing where he did a whole lot of letters
Yeah,
about it
but
in his
this was
journal. I
actually a
got you.
letter he wrote.
Well, anyway, it's a long letter.
It's a big
So
long letter, yeah.
I'm gonna read more. Okay, but okay, I got you now. The Freddie Spencer course went pretty well, meaning that I didn't crash. I didn't get my knee down, but I got hanging off pretty well and definitely learned one or two things about getting around quickly on a scooter. As well suspected, Freddie himself was quite a character, though he just dropped in from time to time to tell a few anecdotes from his racing days or to give occasional demonstrations of sublime riding skill. During the second day, we each had the opportunity to follow him on the racing line around the track, and that alone was worth the trip. Humbling, to say the least. Nick Le, Lestash,
Your guess is as good as mine. You want to
that's
try
name.
that word,
You
Alexis?
can't go with
His
that.
name?
Nick L., formerly editor of Spot Rider magazine, did most of the actual teaching, articulating Freddie's principles of smoothness, bike handling, and body motions in the ways we mortals could understand. There were only 7 of us in the class, so everybody got lots of individual attention and subtainable track time, though never
Substantial.
enough. Substantial track time, but never enough. Mark had a good time too, and also didn't crash. And it was nice hanging out with them at the RV park, watching South Park episodes as and eating trailer trash food at the circus and Excalibur. I know that word ain't saying it right. Buffets.
You saying it
Yawn.
right?
Oh, okay. And that reminds me, the same day I found out about your misadventures, I had finally broken down and called Dr. Earl and asked him why was I waking up in the middle of the night exactly 6 hours after I ate, and he said that's pretty classic symptom of an ulcer. Mm. Not sure if you're allowed to read bad words where you are. Ha ha ha. Oh, he put the little. Y'all see that? Wow.
Uh-huh.
Because that was probably fuck. So yeah, we are allowed, buddy. By the way. So now I have to take a bunch of Zantac every night for a month and hope it clears up, especially before it hits Mexico. Oh my God. And just so you don't get an idea that I'm having too much fun, I couldn't get a table for dinner here until 8:30. Man, Babylon may have been jam-packed with wall-to-wall human waste, but Zion is pretty crowded too. Though I did notice a big difference between the kind of Americans who frequented the national parks compared to the ones in Vegas. These people are half the size with twice the vigility, right? Vitality,
Vitality.
vitality. Oh yeah, that stuff. And that was the end of that page. So who's up?
Okay.
Who's up?
You'll remember our brief but unforgettable overlook of this area from up by Cedar Breaks and it's just as spectacular up close. The lodge is nestled between the walls of the canyon, higher than it is wide, all reddish sandstone, with cottonwoods and pines along the Virgin River. And at the bottom, I was lucky enough to get a cabin, though it's one of those fourplex deals, and the stone fireplace is only a fake gas one. I guess you could probably crying for me. This
Yeah.
afternoon, I took a hike up the canyon wall to the Emerald Pools, and sometime I'll send you the photos I took from there. Sometime when I really hate you and want to torture you. Okay, yeah, it was beautiful, but there are a surprising number of other people who seem to think they have the right to, like, share it with me, you know? Same thing happened in California. After I talked to you from Salt Lake City and there was snow blocking my way to Wyoming and Montana, I headed west through Reno and then on. I was trapped in outrageous traffic getting through Lake Tahoe. I was already like LA with construction all over the place. And from there to Napa seemed like being in a bleeding parade. Maybe I was a little spoiled to Yukon, Alaska, British Columbia, Idaho, and Nevada. And I spent a couple of days in St. Helena, where,
Hmm.
alas, I was
Wow,
freaked
that's
to
that
learn
hurricane
about
that's
you.
coming through right now, by the way.
Oh,
Anyway.
is its name Helena?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah. But go ahead.
St.
Oh,
Helena's in Northern California.
Yeah,
it's
but
over
that's the
here
name
by
of the
me.
ain't that the name of the hurricane that's coming through the Gulf right now? I know I saw track. Yeah,
Okay.
but go ahead. Yeah, that's wild.
And did a nice hike in Jack London State Park over in the Sonoma Valley. By the way, Deb wanted me to write you as well. So I asked her to send you a couple of his books that I have enjoyed lately. I realized as I come down out of the Sierras that I was actually warm for the first time in a month. The morning after I talked to you from Eli, it was 22 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was nice to be riding through California in just leathers and a t shirt. But the
What?
price of
22?
that was all these vehicles around me. So I ran right from there back to Nevada by way of a great ride over the 9,500-foot Sonora Pass Pine, where I picked up that fabulous road we took in the other direction through Westgard Pass. After a night breakfast in Rachel, pausing to genuflect before the 5 Mile Ranch, our unknowing saviors, I rode across to Springville, Utah to meet up with Deb and Mark.
That was
And that was,
actually the I was going to say if you want to keep going and finish another page, that paragraph went to the second page. I mean, there ain't no law about you can read all you want.
oh,
Read the whole book.
no, well, I don't know. Go ahead. You just stop me when I need to stop. That's fine.
Well, I don't want to stop you a minute. It's hard when you keep going, so I don't want to like break it up. But no, that paragraph rolled over to the next
Or
page. But
wait,
that was
who's running this? Who,
who's
who's
running this
running this
outfit.
outfit?
Electric can start it and then.
Yeah.
Okay. And that pretty much brings us up to now. I could only get one night here, so tomorrow I'll move on to Bryce Canyon and generally bum around this area as long as the weather holds. It was pleasantly warm in Las Vegas, but darn chilly again back up here, though no snow at least. But I don't know, it feels like there's somebody missing, you know? Actually, there are a few people missing. I don't know if I want to try the hole in the wall road on my own or the North Rim, but maybe I'll head up towards Moab and see what's shaking there. On November 3rd, I'll be meeting Alex and Liam at Alex's place in Santa Fe, and that will be nice, but sometimes I admit I feel a little lost. Being a saddle tramp suits me in many ways, but some mornings I'd just like to be in Quebec, making my own food and bumming around the house instead of bumming around America. But no, this is the best thing for me, at least until Christmas, and when I have those moments of weakness, the only thing to do is keep moving. I miss you, man, and wish like hell you were here with me in Zion instead of there in Babylon. We'd both be having a lot more fun. Early next morning, I was going to keep this going a while longer, but my cat is on my lap, like bumping my phone, so I can't barely read.
Uh-oh.
He wants the love. I was
Oh,
going to
your
keep
cat. I
this.
thought that's what you was reading in the book, and I caught back up. I
No,
was like, oh,
no,
no, this
sorry.
is like for real. No, that's good.
I was going to keep this going a while longer, but since they've got a post office right here in the lodge, I decided to get it sent off, and that way you'll get it sooner. I know from experience with my English friend and his periods of holiday at Her Majesty's pleasure that a bit of dosh can be handy, and I was also able to get a money order here, so I'll send you a couple hundred simoleons for any necessaries you might be able to acquire. Should I keep going?
If you go down to where your friendly neighborhood ghostwriter, that kind of ends. It's on the next page, but it kind of ends that right there. The
Okay.
signed letter. I think there's another
Okay.
letter today. Yeah, you can
Okay.
finish reading the letter, I guess.
Okay, sounds good. If you're up to it, I'd love to hear from you, and I get semi-regular mail infusions from Sheila through the office if you wanted to drop me a line. If there's anything else I can do for you and yours, just ask. I'm here for you. Maybe not here exactly, but I'll be somewhere for you. Here's hoping that the bail thing comes together and that your loyal supporters, like me, will be able to raise the king's ransom to get you the gosh darn heck out of there. I love you. I loves you some lot. What? Nutting. Your friendly neighborhood ghostwriter.
Okay. And Cranky, if you hear me, I'm gonna do the same thing because he's going. I'm just gonna read over to where he ends this little letter, and then you can start it, dear John,
Okay.
because it goes
Okay.
over to the other page. So I'm gonna stop at October. Blah blah blah. Anyway, so that was the
Okay.
end of that letter. That was a pretty good letter for a man locked up in jail. I would appreciate a little letter like that. To be honest with you, it's a good
Yeah,
read.
nice long letter.
Yeah, read it over and over, thinking about the good
I
old days. But anyway,
had a friend in jail and I wrote him a pretty long letter.
yeah, well, cool.
Keeps
I
him
think
going
they
in
really
there.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. While I was buying the money order and mailing the letter to Brutus, I learned that my little cabin would be available for another night. So I took it. During breakfast, I asked the waitress about the lodge building itself, for I knew it had been another destination from the old train travel days, Union Pacific in this case. But nothing seemed to rem- to remain from the time. She told me the original lodge had burned down in the 60s and had been rebuilt in the 90 days. Had been rebuilt in 90 days. And they've been trying to fix it ever since. Well, you can't fucking throw shit together in 90 days. What you get? The chairs and the tables have been made by the grandson of the original maker in the branch and canework canework construction. Oh, branch and canework construction. Okay, so it was old. They couldn't really produce the old shit that got burnt, basically.
Oh.
On the wall of the restaurant, I noticed Utah's version of the warning against alcohol, similar to the one that they post in restaurants and bars in California. Warning: what is it known to cause? What, a Prop 65?
We have all the warnings.
Warning:
We've been
here's a
warned.
warning: the consumption of alcohol beverages per child, purchased in this establishment may be hazardous to your health and the safety of others. I had a little patience with this kind of overstated, father knows best, uh, pa- pa-
Paternalism.
patronalism to my journal. I
Editorialized.
editorialized. Oh, fuck off. Later that day, I editorialized further about anything on my mind in yet another letter to a distant friend. It seemed I had entered a period of deep reflection, right? Yeah. And as
Yeah.
always, I seem to do my best reflecting on paper. This letter was written to Me- Menelaus,
Mendelssohn,
Joe,
Mendelssohn,
a Canadian
Mendelssohn
painter,
Joe.
musician, political activist, environmentalist, motorcyclist, a writer of wonderful ide, psycho something
Idiosyncratic.
itty fucking cratic damn letters and dwelling to the North Woods. A man of size and scale, physically and physiologically, Joe
And
was
go on.
philosophy, yeah, for that one, posed of and by a fierce intelligence, inflexible, integrable, boiling
Integrity.
plate, integrity, boiling plate opinions, razor sharp humor, a blistering concepts of the most of humanity. We agree on many things, disagree on some, enjoy the similarity and sporadic correspondence, right?
Right.
October 17th, 1998, Zion National Park. Bam, your go. Dear John, let's do it. Let's go. What's going on? What you waiting on? No, I'm joking with you.
Dear Joe, you'll be my guest for dinner tonight in one of the most beautiful places you or I have ever seen. We're dining at the lodge where I've been staying the past 2 nights, and I'll be having artichokes, vegetable beef soup, ruby red trout,
Hmm.
and Kendall Jackson Chardonnay. You can have whatever you like. On both sides of us, the red sandstone canyon walls rise up 2,000 feet, and the floor of the canyon is barely that wide. So the cottonwoods and lush vegetation along the Virgin River only see the sun in the middle of the day. Last night, on my way back from the restaurant to my little cabin, I stopped a herd of mule deer cropping off the lawn, one of them an antlered stag, then looked up to the brightness stars I have seen since I don't know when. Today that's you and me, went on a 10-mile hike, climbing those 2,000-foot walls in the first 4 miles up to the observation point on the canyon rim, where we paused for a picnic lunch overlooking the eroded walls, some angular and fortress like, others rounded in swoops and swirls by the action of water and the stones it hurled along. Higher up, the rock is white, while lower down, the iron and other minerals have stained it in various shades of red and brown. In short, gorgeous. The Great White Throne, the Three Patriarchs, the Weeping Wall, Angel's Landing, the Emerald Pools, the Temple of Sina. I might need help with that. Sinawava. All these have we feast our eyes, binoculars, and cameras upon. And Joe, you're probably breathing a little hard for the canyon floor is at 4,500 feet, taking us up to 6,500 feet on the rim. So it was breathtaking walk in both senses. And this is how I've been getting along lately. As a modern day saddle tramp, I discovered up in northern British Columbia that hiking is suitable alternative to motorcycling to keep me moving. So whenever I come to a place like this, I try to pause and take in the scenery and birds. The exercise is good, and it also slows down my pace a little. Moments of truth and beauty have been sorely lacking in my life lately, and it was the motorcycle which first delivered me to some sublime encounters with highways, landscapes, and wildlife. Pausing along the way, mainly in the national parks and getting into the woods has been equally, if not uplifting, at least stabilizing.
Right. Do
You
one
can
more
imagine.
paragraph and you pretty much did page and a
You
half. Do
can.
one more paragraph and you'll be good.
You can imagine that I have been rocked to the very foundations by the unbelievable and unacceptable tragedies of the past 14 months. You know as well as anyone the way I tried to live my life. If I did well, I would try to do good, believing in some basic karmic principle that if you do good, you get good. Well, ain't true at all, for that is also the way Jackie lived and the way we taught Selena to be. And her whole focus on life, even at 19, was to go out and fight injustice. Now she never will, and the world is support her for it.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. And me, I've got to start all over. Not only build a new life, but construct a new person. I call my old self that other guy, for I share nothing with his memories, and everything he ever liked, I've had to discover all over again, one by one, so that I've held on to, for example, reading, motorcycling, and birdwatching, but I'm not yet sure about art or music. I can look at it or listen to it, but not with the same engagement I used to. And I have no interest in work, charity, world events, or anybody I don't know. In my present gypsy life, I encounter a lot of people every day, and some of them I instinctively like and respond to in a brief encounter at a gas station or small town diner. But for the most part, I look around at ugly and mean spirited people and think, why are you alive? Sounds like
Right.
me some days.
Yeah, right on.
And more, sometimes I have a strong urge to take a machine gun and mow all the bastards down.
Ooh,
Sure,
bastards.
I've got a little anger. This was brought home to me sharply last week when I was in Las Vegas for a few days. In the past, I've always found the place moderately amusing, or at least that other guy did. But this time it was unbearable. Pigs, scum, cows, low-life beasts, die, die, die.
Wow.
However, I was there for a good reason. Freddie Spencer's school at the Las Vegas International Racetrack. Months ago, Brutus and I booked that, and although he didn't make it, for reasons which I'll get to in a moment, I did meet up with Jackie's sister Deb, who was making her own trip down the Healing Road in an RV with her little family. Her partner, Mark, a CBR 600 rider from way back when, also took the 2-day course. I recall writing to you when I was taking the Jim Russell course in Formula Ford cars at the racetrack at Mont Tremblant in Quebec. And while that was pretty exciting, this seemed way more serious. In the same way that riding a motorcycle on the street is more serious than driving a car can ever be. The main
True.
pressure, of course, was not to crash, and I was happy enough to succeed on that level. But I also had some highly adrenalized fun, rare and welcome in my recent life, and learned a thing or three about bike handling. Even riding away from there on my way up here, I felt more comfortable and confident on my old GS than I had coming down that same road a few days before. That R1100 GS has just passed 84,000 kilometers, 52,500 miles, of which 27,675 have been covered in the past 2 months.
Wow.
And it's still the most comfortable, versatile, and fun bike I can imagine. From 1,000 miles of dirt, gravel, and mud up to the Inuvik, and back to the endless twisties of the roads of Idaho, to the long, desolate stretches of Nevada's Highway 50, the loneliest road in America, it's been my faithful steed and companion. A few oil changes, a couple sets of tires, new brake pads, and a 10,000 kilometer service in Vancouver, and again in Vegas, and on we go. My very loose plan, no plan, is to drift south through these western states. I've already been driven out of Wyoming and Montana by early snow in the mountains, and have endured morning temperatures in the 20s in these higher elevations. and down into Mexico and maybe Belize until I get through Christmas. That formerly happy family season in Quebec. Then I'm thinking of storing the bike in San Diego and flying back for January and February, the prime winter months, in hopes that cross-country skiing and snowshoeing will work for me in the way that hiking is on days like today or on other days in Glacier Park, Montana, Sun Valley, Idaho, or Jack London State Park in California. Should I keep going or stop?
Let's see. We are like you're half that page. There's a if you want to go a little bit to where it gets to where he ends this letter and he says Ruby's Best Western Inn, and I'll start over from there and for like
Okay.
a page and a half.
Okay. There have been those who have actually said that they envy me, though mostly strangers, and I doubt you'd be that short-sighted or self-absorbed. This is way more freedom than anyone should ever desire, and carries way more baggage than freedom can ever sustain. This is more like desperate flight, and another name I have for myself is the Ghost Rider. I'm a ghost. I carry a few ghosts with me, and I'm riding through a world that isn't quite real. But I'm okay as long as I keep moving. So, Brutus, summary of his story. Man, it's awful for him and for his wife and son, and I've taken it pretty hard too. First my daughter, then my wife, then my dog. My parents had been looking after him, but he had to be put down a month ago. And now my best friend. It's tough to be philosophical, you know? But I'll help look after his family. I said I've lost my charity, but not my generosity to those I care about. And see if I can help him out on bail for a while at least. But it's pretty sure that it will be a long time before we ride together again. Of course, he knew the score. Can't do the time, don't do the crime, and all that. But still, it's a blow. And that same day, I found out I have an ulcer. Wonder why. But tomorrow I'll move on to Bryce Canyon National Park, then Capitol Reef Canyonlands, and the Arches. Utah's pretty rich in incredible scenery. And just keep moving. Nothing else to do.
There you go. That was in that Ruby's Best Western Inn, Bryce Canyon National Park, Utah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, poor old that was in that letter. Where I guess where But anyway,
Sorry.
poor old Brutus. Well, he should have been trying to get all that fucking weed, man. He got a little
Is
bit
that
of
what he
fun.
was doing?
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. You missed some of the earlier chapters. Yeah, he got busted, but he got in Buffalo. But yeah, he was getting some flowers, a lot of
He,
flowers, a
man, he
big
was
bag of
just
flowers.
trying to buy it or he was trying to sell it?
Yeah, he was getting it. Well, he was buying it for whatever, but he was buying like a dime bag or nothing. He was getting,
It was a good amount, yeah.
yeah, he got caught
Okay.
with a good amount. Yeah, he had.
But still, even with a dime bag, they locked you up back then.
Yeah.
98,
Well,
you said
yeah,
it
we are talking
was?
back in the day too. We're in like '98.
Yeah, this is 98.
All right,
Even
let's
back
see
then,
what.
though, they were strict.
Y'all want to try to knock this chapter out? It's like 10 pages. It's up to y'all.
I think we could make it. If
Are
you're
we
up
on a
for
new
it.
chapter? I didn't know we were on a new chapter
More than
here.
10 pages. Let's see. Oh, and the next, is letter. The next chapter is chapter 8. Letters to Brutus. I thought these
More
were letters
letters
to
to
Brutus,
Brutus. Okay,
right?
that's
So
cool.
once,
He uses
so
big words, this Neil Peart. He's a big
yes,
word
he
guy.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is very because he was a great. Well, yeah, you're a Rush
he's
fan.
a
Obviously, I heard you say it
wordsmith.
earlier.
Yeah, I'm a big Rush fan.
Yeah, Solitaire
Yeah,
is
no wonder
too.
why he
Uh,
no wonder why he wrote most of the lyrics to the
But
songs.
yeah, like I say, he wrote most of the songs. You know, he played the drums and he wrote pretty much
Yeah,
all the songs. But
and
it's
they're
we're
amazing.
on page 161 and it goes to 177. So there's like 15
I
pages.
don't know if I can do 15. I really don't. Because I mean, I traveled all day yesterday, and today was
Yeah, I know.
kind
And plus,
of.
I started a lot later than I wanted to today. But I'm just trying to. I don't know how far much further y'all want to
Yeah,
go. If y'all want to stop it right there at Ruby's Best Western and try to
and I
start back a
fell
little
down today.
sooner next time.
Did you fell?
I
You
took
fell?
I took a fall, yeah, up the
Are
stairs.
you okay?
I'm fine. Just a little bruised, but I'm
I'm glad you
okay.
were going up the stairs, not down the stairs.
I tell you, it's funny.
Yeah, because that would have been worse.
556
Worse.
Media says he falls up the stairs, and he had a really bad fall. And I
Oh
was
dear.
joking with him, and I said, "Yeah, I know. I fall up the stairs too. That's something I can do gracefully." And it happened today. I couldn't believe it.
Oh my goodness. Well,
I
I'm
was just
glad you're
like,
okay.
"I'm fine, thanks. Yeah, I'm fine." But it's like nobody was here to help me, but I got up. No
Help
problem.
me. I'm falling. I
Yeah.
can't get up.
Oh,
Help!
I
I'm
remember
old
that.
and stuff. Help me!
Right? I know. And we're like single women that just are strong and tough, but when we fall down, sometimes we need someone
It's
to
like,
help pick us back up.
help! Or come by and laugh at me. Do something.
Yeah, right. Laugh at me.
Be a witness. Be a witness.
Sometimes I do laugh when people fall. It's a terrible habit.
Well, it depends
It's
on you. You
bad.
make sure
Once
they're
I
all right
find,
first.
once I
I do
find out
make sure
they're
they're all right.
okay.
You
I mean,
good?
I wouldn't laugh if there's something wrong.
No, I laugh like when it's on video and you know they're okay afterwards, but you're watching like
Yeah,
those videos of people falling.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Those are kind of funny.
Buddy.
We used to admit where I work construction a lot. We'd do it there too. Motherfucker trip over shit and fall, bust that for a ladder, step ladder, flick out funny. He's like, hey man, hey dude, you all right? He said, yeah, I'm good. You motherfucker, what shit was
It's like the worst reaction too. You should be like,
But
"Oh
why?
my god!" But then sometimes the laughter comes out.
But why
But I'm
do
not
we
yeah,
do
laughing at your
that?
fall. That's very serious. Oh, my cat wants more treats. Okay, come here, kitty.
But why do we do that? Why do we laugh when people fall?
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure. I don't know why. I think maybe
You
it's
know,
like
See,
a
most people
right
do.
there. I think it's just a reaction instead
It's
of
kind of
crying, you
funny.
just laugh.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
think positive.
My cat is eating off my computer desk right now. I just gave him a little
No,
piece of a treat.
I just gave him
Well,
Oh, how
if
sweet.
you guys are done for tonight, that's fine, or I can keep reading. It's up to you what you want to do.
If
Oh,
y'all want to read a
you
little bit
are an
more,
awesome reader. Oh, I love you being on here.
but if we
It's
ain't gonna go all the
fun.
way to the end, just y'all tell me when. And hey, if you want to keep continuing reading with us, it's which you're more than welcome. I hope you do. But so y'all both on the West Coast.
Yeah.
We're
So
both
it's
in
early
Cali.
still here.
So
It's midnight for you, huh?
yeah. So what I'm saying,
So it's
I
late.
started later than I wanted to, but then again, I don't want. How much? I don't know what y'all do. I know Cranky maybe
He
usually it's
normally
more a little bit
doesn't
more. I
start
don't know
this
what you do
late.
during the day. As far as I don't start too early because it's like super early for y'all.
Oh, well,
Sometimes he
I
starts like at
work
5
from
or
home.
6.
I work from home, so Tuesdays and Sundays are the only days I can't do
Okay,
it,
but Wednesday
really. And
I was
Friday
on
nights
Saturday and
too.
Wednesdays. But what time did I get started tonight? I didn't get started till what, fucking 11 o'clock
I
or
don't remember. I
what?
think it was around 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, because that's because I had all intentions on starting at 9 my time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you were real
I
late.
just did it
Oh,
later.
wow. You got busy, huh?
Yeah, well, I had some phone calls and other shit in there, but and
Yeah.
and weren't ready to start back. And we'd missed a couple weeks, but so what is that? So it's 9, so somewhere between 9 and 10 my time. Is that work on Wednesdays?
Yeah,
So
that
like,
That's
was
I'll throw
fine.
the I'll throw the thumbnails for 9, and then if we go a little late, we'll get a little late. But
yeah.
because that gives
That
me,
works.
because I get home, I usually home at 6:30, so that gives me a couple hours to dinner, do what I got to do because I'm home almost 7 o'clock before I'm at home. So that gives me 2 hours to do some stuff,
Do your
eat,
thing.
whatever. Fucking, yeah.
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 Yeah, because that
But since
means
we're
like
here, we're
6
more
or
than welcome.
7
I mean, more than
our
welcome to
time.
read a little further if you want to, or we can. I'm on, or I can mark where we're at now, one or the other.
Electra, you were my first thought when Solitaire says she couldn't do with this anymore.
Oh,
And I'm
okay.
like, oh, we can move it to Wednesday. I know
Oh,
Lexia
that
wants
was
to read this
sweet.
book. Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought
plus
of
that
you.
gives
I'm like,
yeah, and plus that gives me back my damn don't get it twisted Tuesdays anyway.
There you go. Don't get
Yeah,
it
that's fine.
twisted
Wednesday
Tuesday.
was kind of like a whatever, but yeah.
but
Yeah,
we're not quitters. We just started reading this book and we're going, damn it, we're gonna finish this book.
Yeah,
Well,
so
what
far I
was
like it. I'll catch up to where, because I just got it tonight, but I'll catch up to this place by next week.
yeah,
So I'll read
it's
the beginning.
it's oh my god, the
yeah, get a
beginning
little,
was
especially if you know Brad, which I guess obviously you know kind of like the premise of what happened and all that, right?
Yeah, you
Or
told me about
why he
it
wrote
the
the
first
book.
time you
Yeah.
spoke about it, and I was like, I want to read that with you guys. That sounds amazing. Do you have any plans for
yeah.
what books
We're
you'll
lost.
read next?
I I I got a few plans. I mean, hell, Solitaire might get back on board if there's smaller ones. This is too long for her work and shit. But and we
Oh,
picked a hell of a damn book to do. This is, but we're gonna do it.
picked a
But
doozy.
but anyway, I thought of different like 1984. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I've got different thoughts. I've had thought about doing some more. Definitely, somebody give some suggestions.
That's
Uh,
cool. If I come
some,
up with some
some like to
suggestions,
make
I'll
you
let you
think of
know.
like
But
the Owen, what is it, Owen Williams or what? Or not Owen Wilson. Or the 1984 is I can get his name out right now. Orson Welles. Orson
Orwell.
Orson
Welles.
Welles.
Orson
What I
Welles.
was looking for.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would be
Project
fun
D.
to read again because
Well,
I haven't read it since high school.
Yeah, Orson Welles, like
I
1984.
Or the
The
Animal Farm.
Animal
The
Farm.
Animal Farm. I was just gonna say the same thing.
We men both Solitaire thought about that one. I want to read that one. I know a little bit what it's about, but we thought about doing that one.
And I haven't read
Hey,
that since 6th grade, so
yeah.
that would be interesting to read again. And
Oh,
well this
Project
book.
D. Project D said work killed my book club schedule, but hopefully it works back out again. Yeah, it's all good, Project D.
yeah.
Hey, how was best
I
week? Project D won't hear the other night. I was going to tell him since he's
chapters
in the
and
chat. I was going to tell him, I was like, yeah, Project D went and got an old fancy job, so he didn't have to show up, fucker. He got some big fancy job, so he didn't
this
have to be in the
Oh,
book
well,
club.
fancy job kind of trumps book club.
Nah,
I
he
get
didn't.
it.
He's got a copy. He was reading along. He read a couple of nights.
Oh, cool.
this book has 18 chapters, and I calculated at one chapter per week. It's a
What,
6 month
6 months?
commitment to read this book.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to start stepping it up to a couple of chapters a night.
6 months? Wait, what? Because we already at chapter 7,
Well,
so.
not now.
Right.
We're already.
Not now, but at the
Oh, but from
beginning,
when you started. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
We
then I
start
had to
out
go on
slow.
vacation and screw it up.
I think we can speed it up. We start getting, and some of the chapters get a little bit lower because these 40-page chapters take a minute. But I
Yeah,
don't
he's
know.
got a
If
lot of
Alexia
these
comes along and
letters.
helps, she gets through a couple of pages quicker than I do.
I try to read not so fast. Is it too fast?
Oh,
Sorry,
you're
No,
Bridget.
no,
no.
you're good. You just don't stumble on so much shit as I do. I guess you go through
I
a little bit
love when you
smoother.
read, honestly, because I stumble on those words too sometimes. So don't even worry about it.
But yeah, that's
And
totally.
I'm like
I
a
love when you
mama.
read.
If I can help him pronounce the word, I'll just chime in and try to help him.
And see, that
Yeah.
was
You know,
another
pronounce.
reason we started talking about doing this shit because I was like, I could play an audio. I don't know. I just thought I ain't
We
read
get
books in a
lazy.
long time. I just want to use my mind again for a while and start like reading
Exactly.
on this
And you
freaking
get better
phone
the
and
more you
computer
do.
all the time. Yeah,
You get better the more you do it.
time we get to chapter 18, I'll be writing a book. Shit.
Yeah,
Maybe you
We done
should
wrote a
write a
book before we
book.
figured this bitch.
we could get this done. I know
Shit.
we can. Now I looked at 6 months, and that's like giving an extra 2 weeks. The holidays. I don't know what day the holidays fall on. I never looked at them, so in case we needed to take time off from it. But I
Yeah.
guess we used up all the time off from it already.
Oh God, on holidays, I like to do stuff like this because I can't get away from my family.
Oh, you know what? I need to have Slim play a video that my friend and I did. We did, like Nailed It,
Uh-huh.
where we were making stuff and we know we can't make it and we were making it on live. I gotta give
Nice.
Slim the link to the Christmas one we did last year to make gingerbread houses. It was freaking hilarious.
I've done that before. I totally get it. It's hilarious. You're like, the icing is too runny. Oh my God, these are not sticking together.
It didn't turn out. It didn't turn out. It was.
And by the way, plain white wrapper right now. Please, if you
Nice.
can, see if you can still locate your actual book, because that way it's
Oh,
got
I know.
keep up with actual pages. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, I know it's hard on the pages. I'm gonna take a screenshot of where we are right now. But my pages are different because it's not the actual book. I love having the actual books. So next time we do it, I'll get the actual book.
I have the actual book. I can't find it.
Do you think you left it in your luggage or at your son's?
No.
She didn't bring it with her.
I didn't bring it with me, and that was the
Oh,
problem.
okay.
That's why she's got how many 3 weeks unexcused absences.
In my defense, I was only supposed to be up there for 2.
Oh, there you go.
No, wait, is your son at the Air Force base?
Oh no, I have a son that lives up there in Washington. Him and his wife.
Oh, okay, that's right. You said he did reverse hacking or something?
Well, yeah. It's called security. He's in security.
He's in securities, we'll call it. Yes, thank you. That's a much better way to put it. That was air quotes. I did those air quotes, Slim.
Yeah. Security.
They should have that as a thing I could do with my avatar, but they don't.
Right.
My friend uses an avatar similar to yours, and it's funny.
Man.
She gets her dancing and everything.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I forgot already.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's okay, I do that.
My bad, Project D. He says a couple. He said, I read 5 chapters. Yeah, you did. You were there for hell, it seems.
That's a lot of it, yeah.
He was there for a couple, I guess. Yeah. He's been listening in on about all of them.
It's cool
anyway.
to listen to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And keeping
up.
Well,
I think there's some that may be in the chat that are not chatting. They're probably following along with us on a book.
That's all good.
But they don't want to tell us they have the book because they don't want to come up. But that's okay. You don't have to come up.
Treat supposedly got it too. He got the audio version. I don't know if he listened to it.
Cool.
Poor Gerard bought 2 copies.
He bought a copy and then he bought a copy again. That was funny.
Oh, he could send it to me. I'll pay for it. Or give it to a friend or put it in. Do you guys have those little, in my neighborhood, they have a couple of these. It's like a little birdhouse, like a mailbox, but they put books in
them. Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny. I go by one not every day, but there's a place I delivered some parts to at work that's got his name pretty little fancy when they got built up. Yeah, a little glass door on it and shit. I ride by and I see little books and shit in there.
There's always a glass door on it, so you can see there's books in there, and it's really cool.
Yep. Grab a book or leave a book.
Yeah, it's the thing. Don't grab all the books, but yeah.
Yeah, and the kids these days don't want to steal books, so they're not stealing them.
No. Give me a stockpile. So are we going to finish this chapter? How much more do we have to read?
15 pages, he said.
From 61 to 77 or 76, whatever that equals. Figure about 15.
Okay, good.
My math is correct, give or take.
All right, let's do it.
You want to do it?
You want to do it, Slim? You good to do it?
No,
Are we at the end of?
I'm
Are
here all
we
night.
at the end of the 7th chapter?
In
I
15
do that.
pages, yeah.
We're at the end.
Oh,
We're at Ruby's Best Western Inn, Bruce Canyon National Park, Utah.
okay.
And I
All
do
right.
have to take. I got to take a. I don't know whose turn it was.
Okay.
Somebody take my turn. I got to do. Got to use the bathroom. No, I'm good to go. I'm good to
I
do
can
it. I'm here all
present the
night.
pee break song if you want to do the pee break song that I made.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Do it. Oh, you got a pee break song?
Yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, yes.
Do it.
All right. Let's do it. Let's hear it. I got to hear it before I get up because I can't hear it once I
Okay,
take
I
off my
shared it
earphones.
right there.
Oh, I gotta.
It's a good
I
3
gotta add
minutes, I
this
think.
thing. Oh, cool. That's about where I'm at.
I think I need a piss break. That's my friend
Ah,
BF. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I'll do
That's what we've
the
been doing right now.
pee-pee dance, pee-pee dance. Yeah. Think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I need a piss break. I do the
oh,
pee-pee
that's
dance.
funny.
I do the pee-pee dance. Yeah. They're holding their junk. I need a piss break. Oh yeah. I'll do the pee-pee dance. Oh, watch me now. I'll do the pee-pee dance. Come on, give it to me, that pee-pee break. DJ, hook it up. Drop that beat. Yeah. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Watch me now.
Oh, they're all good to go. Look at that.
Pee-pee breakdown, pee-pee breakdown. Break it down. Pee-pee. Yeah.
Oh,
Think I need a piss break.
Oh, yeah.
I need
Sorry.
a piss
Yeah, I'm
break.
back, by the way.
Oh, you can stop it
I
then.
think I need a piss
break.
It's almost over. We don't
That
need all that.
is so funny.
Well, that's my friend
that's
BF
funny.
Live, and he does a show in the mornings, and he needed a pee break
That's
song,
cool.
and so I just wrote it for him and
Yeah.
and recorded it
There
on.
we go.
That was the first take I did because I'm not a singer. I'm terrible, but that's kind of what makes it funny, I
No.
think. And then he did the dancing,
No,
and I
that
put the
was
video
good.
together.
We can work. We
I
should
liked
work on
where he
that.
wet his pants. That was funny.
I know.
Anyway, let me check out. We'll start back again. Yeah, Project D. Yeah, I didn't. Project D wasn't ready. I switched to Wednesdays. But we lost Cranky. She'll be back. Yeah, Project D won't ready, but yeah, I'm gonna start going Wednesdays again. I'll put an announcement ahead of time next time. Project D. He said he wasn't ready tonight.
What happened? Where'd she go?
What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc? It's, Bobo. What's up, Bobo?
Where'd the stalker go? Where'd Truck
Cranky go?
Stalker go?
Yeah, right. Where'd Cranky go? See this? All right, kick. She's back. Go down. Kick from stage. That one. Oh shit! I did the wrong one. I think I meant to kick. I think I kicked the wrong. I didn't mean to kick her from the stage. I was trying to get rid of the P dance thing. All right, put that back. All right, are you there, Cranky? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you dropped out. I don't know where. Okay, there comes Alexa. She come out. I don't know if I kicked her or if she
I'm
blocked
back.
that or not. I think I kicked her
Woo, that
trying to
was
get
fun.
rid of I think I kicked her trying to get rid of the dance thing. No, that's cool.
Oh yeah, next
I
time
might
I'll
go down.
take
I
it
don't
down.
know
I
how you're
forgot.
doing. What are you do like OBS or something? Probably, maybe. I don't know. Lord.
I produce shows, YouTube shows, and make the video content, and I do songs of my own, but some of them are AI songs as well. So
Uh,
I just kind of do it all. I just started doing that. I was a nurse for 20 years, and then I hurt myself doing nursing, so I am now doing YouTube,
uh,
and it's fun as hell. I love it.
Awesome.
Yay!
Awesome. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do it. It's 12.
Okay.
I bet we can. Well, hey,
I'll
let me
read.
see. Just out, just
I'll.
out of curiosity, it's 12:22. I bet we can finish this
I'll
chat before one.
read.
And it's not a race, but I'm just saying. I bet we have it done
Yeah, I
before
bet we
one.
can.
But don't try to like speed
I'll
read
read
because I
to
don't
the.
want to hear it.
I'll read to
Yeah.
the end of chapter 7. Is what I'm trying to say. Are we at the end of chapter 7?
Yeah, we're getting
In
close.
15 pages, we'll be at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that you said the next chapter had 15 pages.
No, next
No.
chapter's got about 40 pages like this one.
Oh, forget it.
We
I am
we got
kidding.
61 to 71. We can do it. We
We
can
can
do
do
it.
this one. Okay.
We can finish this. So we can finish chapter 7 up.
All right.
Okay. Is it on you, Slim?
Because chapter 8 is Letters to Brutus. I'll take it up
Yeah.
after Ruby's
It's you.
restaurant. Watching in.
Yeah.
Bruce, no. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Well, here we are in a new scene, and one even more spectacular than yesterday's. At 9,000 feet, looking south towards the Grand Canyon, and surrounded by unbelievable rock formations that form spirals, pinnacles,
But
arches, towers, and Gothic battlements. It's named after an early Mormon settler, Ebenezer
Ebenezer.
Bryce,
Ebenezer Bryce.
Ebenezer Bryce, who reportedly said, "It's a hell of a place to lose a cow." No doubt. Interesting to note that Utah State Park Guidebook changes that bad word to heck. Heck, whatever. Heck of a place to lose a cow. It's bad. Whatever. Heck, hell. Today I just did the scenic drive around the park, stopping at various viewpoints to look and photograph. I've taken more photographs in the last 2 days than I usually take in 2 weeks. And tomorrow I'll get out and do some hiking. They've already had a good fall of snow here just a few days ago, so I'm glad the roads and sky are clear at the moment. And I'll read till I get to your friend Nip. Anyway, I wanted to get this finished up and sent off to you. So I'll shut up now. I hope there is not I hope things are not too bad with you, Joe, and now that I'm putting pieces of my new life together this way, I'm sure I'll be more in touch in the months and years to come. Over and out from the Healing Road, Highway 12 in Utah, your friend, NEP, N-E-P, Neil Edward Pratt. Right.
On a long hike through the part of Bryce Canyon National Park called Fairyland Canyon, I walked down to the eroded sandstone walls and towers between the sculpted pinnacles called hoodoos, all of them etched in a horizontal symmetry of colored strata. These individual elements of the scenery seemed more like works of art than of nature, and the landscape felt more like a museum. Among the comparisons that came to mind were Gaudi's splendidly organic works in Barcelona, like the Sagrada Familia Cathedral, the mud mosques I have seen along the Niger River in Mali, and the crumbling Greek ruins in Ephesus or the Parthenon. The oh my God, the Anasazi Pueblos of New Mexico, the Foreign Legion Fort in Boca Guest, the Valley of Kings in Egypt, or perhaps something equally monumental but unearthly like a vision of Atlantis. In a national park visitor center, I had to pick up a book called Desert Solitaire by Edward Abbey, who had been a park ranger at Arches National Park in Utah during the 50s. And I was deeply impressed by his essays and stories set in the high desert and canyon country of Utah and northern Arizona. He wrote of rafting and hiking through Glen Canyon on Colorado just before it was flooded to become Lake Powell, and I began to understand some of what had been lost in the course of building the great dams. Then there were some of his human insights, such as by the age of 40, a man responsible for his face and his fate. Wanting to shame this discovery with one friend who would surely understand, I immediately mailed Brutus a copy of Desert Solitaire, along with an anthology by various writers called A Desert Reader.
Okay.
Abbey
You
referred
good?
off.
You're good. Unless you want to keep going.
Oh, am
It's
I
up to you.
done?
Well, it's
Go
another
ahead.
whole page if you want to read it.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
But
Abby referred often to Moab, a small town in eastern Utah located between two national parks, Arches and Canyonlands, and I decided to head up that way, passing through an amazing variety of landscapes in southeastern Utah, from prairie to lunar to red rock to high forest, 9,400 feet, to sage and juniper, then up through Hanksville and around the Henry Mountains. The last named in the U.S. I learned from a book about Major Powell's exploration of the Colorado River I was reading, Beyond the 100th Meridian by Wallace Stegner, to Moab, Utah. Moab proved to be the perfect small town, at least by the ghostwriter's exacting criteria, those being that a small town should have a decent motel, a good restaurant, a small museum of local history, a friendly post office, and a well stocked liquor store. St. Helena, California, in the Napa Valley, had been my previous favorite. I love St. Helena. But Moab trumped it for its isolated and spectacular setting, its lack of crowds, traffic, and Californicator attitudes, and its feeling of being an oasis of culture in the middle of thousands of square miles of forbidding wilderness. The Center Cafe, for example, was a totally unexpected treat to the palate of a jaded traveler, with its unpretentious elegance, sophisticated menu, and at least 20 different wines available by the glass. Then there was a fine little museum, open until 8 at night, with displays of the area's Aboriginal life, geology, natural history, and pioneer and mining tales, and the nearby library, too, with a display of first editions of Avi's books, which was open until 9. Should I keep going?
let's see. You want to do? Yeah, you can do the next paragraph and ends with office. But that next paragraph goes literally
Okay.
to the next page. One sentence.
Okay. Edward Abbey was obviously something of a local hero in Moab, for the local bookshop was called Back of Beyond, after a company owned by a character in his novel, The Monkey Wrench Gang, in which, with typical humor and irreverence, Abbey introduced the concept of eco-terrorism, thought to have inspired real-life practitioners such as Earth First. Like many of the shops on the main street of Moab, which catered to visitors to the nearby national parks as well as world-renowned mountain bike trails and off-road vehicle tracks, Back of Beyond was open in the evening, and I enjoyed a leisurely after-dinner browse in its shelves. One whole rack of books was labeled Abby and Friends, and I couldn't resist buying a whole box full of treasures to mail home from the friendly post office.
Yep. Okay. Page 164. During my travels, I had often seen the chrome-plated plastic fish, a Christian inland, affixed to tobacco cars, and a few times I had been uh, amused by a clever ever evolutionist
Evolutionist.
evolutionist variant in which the fish had little legs with a Darwin spell with Darwin spelled out inside. There were other variants in which a shark labeled Jesus was swallowing the Darwinian amphibian with levels of irony perhaps unintended, and once I laughed out loud at the sign of the one with g- g- geflet,
Gefilt.
g- g-
Gefilt. Like gefilte
gefilt,
fish?
gefilt. I don't know that fish, but with a gefilt spelled out inside the fish. Oh, in the fish, inside the fish. I was mildly excited to finally find that Darwin ones for sale at Back of Beyond. That was Bed from Beyond. Back of Beyond, and though tempted to seek out on the back of my luggage cases, stick out on the back of my luggage cases. I decided I didn't want to give offense to any believers by trumpeting my non belief, even though they might not show me the same courtesy. Yeah, I think somewhere in the early chapters he's really not a believer so much, obviously, until that. But
Hmm.
the following morning, I
I
set out
didn't know
for a
that.
hike to the. Yeah, it was in one of the previous chapters. Would you been? You weren't paying attention in book club? See, that's why we should do book reports.
Every
No,
week, book
no, we're
report.
good. Fuck hell no. The following morning, I set out for a hike in the Arches National Park under a steady, light rain, sheltering under Navajo Arch for lunch. Nahavi. It's Nahavi, right? Not Navajo. Nahavi.
No, you were right
Arch
the
for
first
It's
lunch.
time. It's Navajo.
It is Navajo, see?
Yeah, you were right.
Navajo Arch for lunch. I put on my rain jacket and carried on, though I noted the Minicalo atmosphere conveyed in the simple words, rain in the desert. My luck. Of all days. The next day I rode the scenic drive around the island in the sky section of Canyonlands National Parks and the twisted road, and, and was worth a trip alone. And was worth a trip alone. Still overcast, the prospect from Grandview Point was a little
diminished.
diminished, but never to mind. There was the confluence of the Green and Colorado rivers and beginning of the Cataract Canyon,
Cataract Canyon.
Cataract Canyon, and the far off legendary maze. Mark and Deb were passing through Mojave on their way
No,
north.
Moab.
Moab, motherfuckers. Moab on the way north. That night I visited them into the RV park, then agreed to meet up with them down in Monument Valley, right?
Yeah.
Monument Valley in the following day. I was still waiting to hear what was going on with Brutus, staying in contact with his lawyer about the upcoming bail hearing, but there had not been no news. During the break in the Test for Echo tour in the spring of '97, Jackie and her longtime friend Georgia flew down to meet Brutus and me in Durango, Colorado. We spent a few days traveling together through the corner regions. Brutus and me on our bikes, the girls in their rented minivans. For the next few days, I would be traveling some of those same roads with the invertible,
Inevitable.
inevitable
Poignant.
something memories. And page 165, that's you, Craigie, October 24th, Mexican Hat, Utah.
I've been to Four Corners. Have you? Anyone?
Me?
Yeah.
No,
No,
never.
I haven't.
My trip to California, I don't think I went through that area, but
Yeah, well, Four Corners is, well, it would be on your way to California, sort of, I guess.
It's Colorado, right?
yeah.
Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, and Arizona.
Yeah, because
I think I drove through there once, but I never stopped.
Colorado. So wherever Durango is, so pop.
Also, it's where the 4 states meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and there's a plaque right there showing the exact border. And there's my husband and I and our 2 boys. We all each stood in a different state, and we took a picture of our feet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's really cool. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
we were all in a
think,
different state. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, my brother and sister-in-law did that. I think the same place you're talking about. They did it between the 2 of them, but the same thing. I forgot about that until now.
And then we stood in all 4 states at the same time. There's different, variations.
Yep.
Anyway, okay. October 24th.
Mexican Hat, Utah.
October 24th, Mexican Hat, Utah. Long way around yesterday via Monticello, Dolores, Mexican Water, Bluff, Cayenta, and Monument Valley. Cloudy most of the way, even one brief shower. She's getting worse. Infection, I now suspect, but of course, it's the weekend in Mexican Hat. Few drops of rain north of Blanding, where we 4 had breakfast that previous time, and just past the turnoff for Mexican Hat, where Brutus and I waited for the lost minivan. Gave me a pang. All along that road we had traveled together, feeling very sad, approaching the San Juan Inn, and tears to find I'm in the same room Jackie and I stayed in. Ah.
Yeah.
Dinner last night at Golding's, mediocre. In Monument Valley with Devin Mark, the nervous ride back, so dark out there. Awake until 2 a.m., finishing the Monkey Wrench Gang. Excellent. Then started Desert Antichrist. Bufferins, finally brief relief, and again this morning. Maybe hit to Flagstaff, get treatment, antibiotics, no doubt. Somewhere down that crazy river, that San Juan River, in this case, hiking along the rimrock of the Goosenecks high meandering canyon, trackless but for occasional 4-wheel drive ATV or boot tracks. Trying to watch for rattlesnakes and not walk on cryptobiotic soil. These National Park Service Ranger signs and Abby are having their effect on me. Sitting here on Canyon Rim in Gooseneck, silent but for whispering Brown River far below, and the usual ringing in my drum-deafened ears. Light breeze, pleasantly cool, few washes of white cloud here and there. Hiking back with silhouettes of monuments above canyon through quarry, old dump, gravel pits in distance. Came out from hike on cliff above hotel. Scary. Crumbly red sandstone and no apparent way down, but as usual, no going back. If Tooth remains quiescent, maybe try Page tomorrow. Rent a boat and look around Lake Powell and the Glen Canyon that used to be there before it was flooded. The Ghost Canyon. Halloween decorations up here last night. Second most celebrated event in America. Mark heard on the radio after Super Bowl, I guess.
That's funny.
Stop after the squiggly words. I'll call them squiggly words. Asterisks, whatever. Squiggly.
Squiggly words works for me. On a gloomy day of heavy rain. Oh, I was gonna say, when it's time for me to stop, I'll just tell me. and then I'll stop. Because I'm on this
I'll give you that.
ebook.
I'll go ahead and give you a free warning. So if you
Okay.
you probably read up when
Just
I
say,
guess you want to
just
start
say
when it gets
stop.
to when it's going to get to hey puddle jumper, because that's when,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, just say stop anyway. So that'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Oh yeah, I can just say.
Oh, look, Beast Mode is here. Hi, Beast Mode.
What's up, Beast Mode?
On a gloomy day of heavy rain, I rode down into northern Arizona, then west through Black Mesa and the Electric Railroad, which features in Edward Abbey's The Monkey Wrench Gang, along with the huge coal-powered plant called Navajo Scrubber Plant or some such, right by Page, Arizona, shithead capital of Coconino County, according to Abbey. I've been there. Circling the little town, which had grown up around the dam construction, I rode down the Jesus row of big churches, then across the dam, where I parked to look at the lake and imagine the canyon as it must have been. Discouraged by the continuing heavy rain and my nagging toothache, I thought I would head down to Flagstaff. The rain became biblical. The streets of the town were deeply awash, and I took refuge in a Hampton Inn by the interstate, watching on the Weather Channel as they kept returning to Storm Watch and the big story of heavy rains in Flagstaff. Yes, I know. A big wet blanket covered the whole southeast, but Yuma showed sunny and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So leaving early next morning, even as the rain turned gelid on my face shield and slushy gray on I-40, I headed down, elevation-wise, as fast as I could. A long stretch of old Route 66 had been bypassed by the interstate, thereby cutting off and effectively killing a series of towns from Seligman to Topak, the ultimate ghost road. And I turned onto that long loop, as lonely, scenic, and entertaining as I remembered it being when Brutus and I went that way in the spring of '97. The Sitgreaves Pass stretch was steep, winding, narrow, and rough. And I remembered reading that in the westward migration of the Great Depression, the Grapes of Wrath Okies had sometimes paid locals to drive their overloaded vehicles over that section, and some of the grades were so steep they had to be climbed in reverse. Then down past Lake Havasu, where I stopped near the Ghost Bridge, the original, actual London Bridge, I've been there too,
I've
bought,
been there.
disassembled, shipped across the Atlantic, and reassembled in the Arizona desert by Robert McCullough of the Chainsaw family, who claimed the lake had been created to test his outboard motors. After finally shedding my rain gear and underlayers, I rode south past scattered RVs parked in gravel washes and settlements of them near the interstate at Quartzsite, down and down to Yuma, Arizona, through stretches of farmland irrigated by the dregs of the Colorado, pretty much all of it siphoned off to the cities and irrigation projects of California, Arizona, and Nevada by that point. Thank you. Yuma had a nicely renovated Old Town area, and I checked into a classic charter member Best Western motel, the Coronado, built in the 30s, with drive-up units under red tile roof, flowering bougainvillea, and open-air laundry machines under a breezeway. It seemed like a good place to stay an extra day and take care of some chores.
I guess I'll take over at the crooked letters.
Yeah, it starts a new letter, huh?
Squiggly letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do. I'll do that one, and I'll give you when it gets actually that way. Cranky, I think it's very fitting that you get "Hey Puddle Jumper." It's where he starts the other letter, and I think that's a good one
Oh,
for you to
wow.
start off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know why?
Oh, did I pass it already?
No, you
No.
hadn't, but that's true. I'll go from here. I'll read this October 27th until,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give Cranky "Hey Puddle Jumper," and she knows why.
Aw,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
Paul when we need him. Okay, and then I guess there's another letter to October 27th. Yep, that's in two squiggly. Yuma.
Yuma.
busy day started with phone calls to Stella, my
Sheila,
central Sheila, my central li- liaison,
liaison, liaison.
liaison, then Brutus's lawyer, fax carrot referred and offered of employment. Then found out oil change venue not easy. Couple of refusals, then bike shop reluctantly allows it if I'm time efficient. Man, what the big deal? Anyway, done. Then visit museum in territorial prison. No
Are you
prize,
okay?
no prize for guessing who I thought of there. Actually, go a little bit more. I can't. I'm getting a little too loud in here, so somebody needs to carry on.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
Then visit
my son was making
museum.
some noise. I'm getting too loud, so I'm gonna let y'all read for a little bit. How's that?
Okay, okay. Then visit museum in territorial prison. No prizes for guessing who I thought of there. Send more finished books from post office. Wander the main street area. Still pretty dead. And the Century House Museum. Lady there gives me more info than I could take in. But I learned that Laguna Dam near here was first on Colorado, and that lettuce is flooded to keep soil cool. Always planted in north south rows, and fields are leveled with laser guided machines. Also, grow cabbage, broccoli, and cauliflower. About 40 bikes from Iron Horse Tours in parking lot, mostly cruisers, Harleys, Hondas, one BMW R1200C. Am I jealous of their companionship? On reflection, no. Prefer being solo saddle tramp. Oh yeah, two's got better by itself. Life is good. Letter to Brutus, October 30th, 98, Frisbee, Arizona. I'll tell you right here, Electra, there's a friend of ours, Paul, that comes in chat.
Yeah.
Um, he lives in the UK, so he's across the pond. Well, we say across the puddle jump, he's my puddle buddy anyway. Hey, puddle jumper. For a week now, I've been putting off
Yeah.
this letter, having heard there is a bail hearing coming up. Well, I called Bloomingfield, the Toronto lawyer, from a payphone in middle of Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument yesterday, only to hear that the judge had suspended judgment. Well, that's enough. I'm going to write you a ding dong letter and see what happens later. Wouldn't want you to feel neglected. In any case, I guess it's good news from what I've learned from Law and Order anyway. Basically, I think about it. No? Today I was thinking you usually have bad luck to get into bad situations, but enough good luck to get out of them. So far, anyway. My hopes are with you this time. So, what brings me to the bustling burg of Bisbee? I thought you'd never ask. Recap of my travels as far as Yuma. Heading east from Yuma on I-8, this half-familiar motorcycle appeared behind me, black with protruding hard bags, headlight on bright, and riding in proper staggered formation for 100 miles to Gila Bend. It reminded me of someone I used to ride with, but alas, I wasn't full, just another ghost rider. South of Y and just west of Gunsight, the day before I passed nothing, Arizona, love it. I decided to check out Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument and ended up camping for 2 nights there. After 2 months of carrying tent and sleeping bag, it was finally warm enough for one thing, and there was general store and a cafe 5 miles down the road in Lukeville on the Mexican border, otherwise known and signed as Gringo Pass. So I went for it. I nabbed one of the few shady sites under a mosquito in Palo Verde tree and set myself under a mesquite in Palo Verde tree and set myself up among the saguaro, organ pipe, cholla actillo, prickly pear, and creosote. I rode the 20-mile scenic loop around the eastern section of the park on a classic desert road, gravel, sand, rocky wash. Picked up bread, cold meat, and cheese in Gringo Pass. Walked the trail around the campground as the sun went down to leave a bright half moon. Stars, planets, a passing satellite, and a few lingering jets from the Air Force Base, the Barry M. Goldwater Range. Up for sunrise next morning, I rode down to Gringo Pass for breakfast, passed about 100 Border Patrol SUVs, then did an 8-mile hike to the abandoned Victoria mine, walking along and naming all the newly learned cactus and shrubs. Great bird watching too, with many found only in that part of the Sonora Desert.
Early
Oh,
next
yeah.
morning, still Brisbee. So, having used up my on hand oil filter in Yuma, I noted the address of the BMW dealer in Tucson, thinking to stop by if it crossed my path. Fortunately, it did, for I got to talking to a couple of the guys there, and when I told them I was thinking of heading north to Canyon de Chelly, one guy said it's snowing up there, everywhere above 7,000 feet, and raining everywhere else. Nothing if not flexible, I said. Well, maybe I'll go to Tombstone instead. And the other guy offered, yeah, go down through Tombstone to Bisbee and stay at the Copper Queen. So I did. You can imagine that Tombstone is pretty much a theme park, with regularly scheduled gunfights at the OK Corral and people dressed as cowboys and music hall girls standing around the covered boardwalks. But still, stuff actually happened there, so it carries a certain amount of conviction, especially on a cool, overcast day with a gusty wind blowing dust through the street. And what do I hear just as I'm parking my bike in front of the saloon? Ghost Riders in the Sky. I don't know if I told you or not. Oh, you're gonna sing for us? Sing it.
Yippee-yi-yay. Nah,
Yeah. That's a great
Ghost.
song.
Yeah, it is. Go ahead.
I don't know if I told you or not, but that's been the title of my imaginary book lately, and me, Ghost Rider. Literally and metaphorically, I feel a bit of a ghost drifting around the West. I sure carry some ghosts with me, you among them, no offense. And so often I find myself following the ghostly trails of Jack London, Hemingway, Edward Abbey, Major Powell, or even places like Telegraph Creek, a real live or dead ghost town. Sometimes it's me who's not real. Sometimes it's the rest of the world. But either way, I always feel a sense of alienation toward everybody and everything. Even this place fits. Bisbee was once the largest mining town in the world, with 20,000 people, and the Copper Queen Hotel, built around 1903, was its centerpiece. Now I might compare it to that Hotel La Fonda we stayed at in Taos, slightly funky and clinging to a faded past, like the town, like me. Set in a narrow valley at 5,000 feet, it's supposed to have the best year-round climate in Arizona, and so attracts enough visitors, along with some retirees and the Kiss of Death artists community. That would be aged hippies, I imagine, to keep it going. A ghost town for a ghost writer. What's that line from Aquarius? Mystic crystal revelations? Yeah, man, that's it.
I'm an Aquarius. Go ahead.
Oh,
Continue.
cool. Aquarius are cool. Are you
Yeah.
artistic?
Yeah, very. I'm creative. I build shit.
I
Definitely.
can tell that. That's cool.
Go ahead. Continue.
If I can ever do as Johnny Bealby did in Running with the Moon, the tale of a motorcycle journey across Africa as a kind of desperate therapy following the death of his fiancée, and crystallize these mystic revelations into a book, that title would make a fine sequel to The Masked Rider. But we'll see about that. More and more often these days, I feel pangs of homesickness and would love to be sitting at my computer and looking out at late autumn on Lac St. Brutus, but not yet. I'm still determined to hang in until Christmas, or hang out, or hang on. And another good thing which emerged from my visit to Iron Horse in Tucson, BMW, Triumph, and MZ, was learning that it would be no problem to store my bike there, which might make a good gateway for Mexico. Should I keep going?
Yeah, Cranky.
And maybe by that time, I'll be able to see your ugly mug. I really don't want to see you there in several senses. Though, of course, if this nonsense stretches out too long, I'll come visit, but I don't think it'll be nice. The last time we got together in Quebec makes a better memory to hang on to for me anyway. But we will see what comes down, and of course, I will visit the great El Cuervo anywhere if he wishes it, even there. Same with the phone. If you want to talk to me on that cursed instrument, an angelic harp to you, just say the word. For now, I'm okay talking to you this way, and I wouldn't want our conversation to be warped or stilted by circumstances or surroundings. But as people had to do for me during my tribulations, I'll follow your lead, buddy boy. I'd certainly like to hear from you if you got the time. Haha. But that too is up to you. I read once that Thomas Jefferson received a letter from a friend complaining that he had nothing interesting to report. And old Tom told him, just tell me about the events passing daily under your eyes. So, yeah, I'd like to hear about what you do in a day, what you can do, any characters you've encountered, what you're reading. Georgia told me about you hanging around the law books. Good idea. You could probably get a lawyering job in Tarwana and all like that. Sheila gets mail to me fairly regularly, and I would love to hear from you. Or maybe when the judge is finished reserving judgment, we'll be able to get you out of there and I can talk to you like a normal person. Whatever, I'm here for you, buddy.
October 31st, Socorro, New Mexico. Or I'm here for you. Or somewhere. Anyway, I'm there for you. And a happy Halloween to you. Hey, what you going out as? Ha! Today I passed a place in eastern Arizona called Skeleton Canyon, and a sign pointed out that Geronimo, the last of the hostiles, had surrendered there. Stories and more stories everywhere I go, and most of them ghost stories, fittingly. I was thinking today that it's impossible to really write about these areas or to know them without a lot of study. The West is so damn complicated, you know, with interwoven political conflicts over water, mining, logging, rangeland, and Indian reserves. This afternoon, threatened by thunderstorms and hail, I made it here to the Super 8 Motel, next door to Kebab Steakhouse. After a nice long ride of 703 kilometers, 439 miles. Odometer now at 88,928 kilometers, 55,580 miles, for 31,821 or 19,888 miles on this Odyssey. At 6,000 and 7,000 feet, most of the way, it was also darn cold, but some splendid scenery through the Gila National Forest and the very large array, radio telescope dishes, just west of here. Tomorrow, I hope to check out the Trinity site, if I can get in there. Then mosey over toward Roswell to tie together the outer space connection with Rachel and the extraterrestrial highway.
The next day, I'll be heading for Santa Fe to meet up with Alex and Liam for a few days. And I'm looking forward to that, not to least be in somebody's home for the first time since Vancouver 6 weeks ago. Devin Mark's RV doesn't count. Not that I'm not at home in a Super 8, you understand, but you understand. Anyway, time to wind this episode. I can't say it. Episode to a close. I'm sure
And
you got better things to do than to read my drivel all the ding dong day, and if not, why? I'll write again soon. I've got a copy of the Monkey Wrench Gang to send you, and as soon as I get to another bookstore, I'll send you some other good stuff. Santa Fe should have something. Meanwhile, I'll enclose another couple hundred cruzeros for your dining and dancing pleasure. And just let me know if there's anything else I could send for you or do for you. I remain your obedient servant, the Ghost Rider. Before settling out on this journey and along the way, I had jotted down the names of any place I might like to see, whether a geographical feature like Devil's Tower, Wyoming, never did get there, Bonneville, Salt Flats, a car museum, the
yeah,
Grand Coulee Dam, or Jack London State Park. And in my map case, I carried that list of various places of Americana which might cross my path or come within 1,000 miles realistically. A very large array of radio telescopes was on that list, and as I rode across the high plateau of the plains of San Augustine in New Mexico, the miles of white dishes angled symmetrically to the storm clouded sky were a dramatic sight. Roswell, New Mexico was on that list too, as the alleged scene of a UFO crash in the late 40s, which gave birth to the UFO craze, as well as a series of conspiracy theory books and made for TV movies about the incident. Since adolescence, I had been attracted by the romance of such tales of the mysterious and supernatural, but the museum, a former cinema, was ultimately disappointing to a would-be convert. It only documented the history of the story, and there wasn't a single piece of real evidence. I know, the government stole it all. Another scenic attraction on my list was White
what would
Sands
it?
National Monument, and its dunes of pure white gypsum powder were spectacular under the desert sun. Riding along the blinding white roads with banks plowed to the side, I couldn't escape the illusion that I was riding on a snowy road in Quebec, most disconcerting on a two-wheeler. A fitting
All right.
end to my travels on the high
Well,
desert,
you gonna
and
roll with it? Oh no, no, it's
oh,
up to you. You want
oh,
to keep going?
step in.
Oh no, I wouldn't want them. No, we're there. We got a page and a half.
Oh,
We did
okay.
it. We did it. Now you was rolling. Now you're good.
Yeah,
I ain't
she was
saying.
on a roll.
I was just like, la, 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 la.
Do you want to
I
keep reading or do you want me to take over?
Go ahead, take over.
Okay.
let her finish it out because we're over after she'll finish this out and we'll
Yeah,
be
you
done.
take us
We did it.
out.
We did it.
Alrighty. A fitting end to my travels on the high desert, and indeed to this phase of my solitary quest, was a stay in Santa Fe. Alex and his wife, Charlene, had a house there, and he and I had arranged to meet for a few days in early November. It also happened that our longtime friend and tour manager, Liam, was on his way home from a tour of Japan with another band, so he agreed to stop off there too. Liam's professional relationship with Rush was difficult to define, for it was so wide ranging and crucial. Formerly, he was the band's tour manager, as well as the executive producer of our recording projects. Both jobs might be simply stated as the responsibility for getting everyone and everything in the right place at the right time, with all that can be entailed, or with all that can entail. And he was also a close friend to all of us. In fact, he was married to Sharon, Jackie's friend since her teens. Liam had actually been with the band longer than I had. Before I joined, Geddy and Alex had played together for 6 years as Rush, with another drummer. And over the years of our ascent from nowhere to somewhere, success-wise, he had worked his way up from second in crew of two to the quiet but absolute president of an on-the-road crew that numbered more than 50 stage technicians, sound mixers, light show electricians, rear screen projection operators, riggers, and truck and bus drivers. Wow.
Yeah,
Along
really.
with Sheila, Liam had perhaps done the most to hold my life together through the past 14 months of hell, for he was so knowledgeable about how to work the world. When I needed flights to England and hotel rooms for Jackie and me and Brad and Rita, it was Liam I called. When I needed to find grief counseling for Jackie in London, it was Liam I called. And more, he was also one of those I called when I was just feeling lost and lonely. In every way, it was so nice to be in someone's home again for the first time since my stay with Danny and Jeanette in Vancouver. After another 2 months of motels, gas stations, and restaurants in a world full of strangers, I was able to relax with two of my best friends, a real fireplace to play with, Alex's legendary cooking, shared stories from our respective adventures, a few excursions around Santa Fe, and up to the Anasazi ruins at Bandelier National Monument, and sleeping in a lovely guest room with good sheets and pillows.
Awesome.
Inevitably, I would have to pay for this interlude by suffering yet another attack of the visitor syndrome after I left there to ride on alone while Alex and Liam flew home to rejoin their lives and families. But while it lasted, I surrendered to the warmth of companionship and the feeling of being cared for by good friends. I turned my back to the wind to catch my breath before I start off again, driven on without a moment to spend, to pass an evening with a drink and a friend. Oh, I love this song. I
Yeah.
let my skin get too thin. I'd like to pause no matter what I pretend. Like some pilgrim who learns to transcend, learns to live as if each step was the end. Time Stands Still, 1987.
Good song. Bam Bam, we did
Time
it.
Did it.
stands still.
Yeah.
Love that song.
Awesome. Yeah. Great song. So there
We
we go.
did
It
it.
was good. Good
We
deal.
did it!
Yeah.
Yay!
Chapter 8 is out. Chapter 8, we ain't going to start it, but it'll be Letters to Brutus. Letters to Brutus. We are
Yeah, we'll
islands
start
to
that
each
one next
other.
week.
We are islands to each other, building hopeful bridges on the troubled sea.
Do you find that he uses a lot of
North,
Oh, sorry.
1979. But yeah, so it'll
Do you
be,
find that he uses a ton of parentheses and brackets in this book?
yes, he does.
And long ass sentences? Like, I can't really tell where they start or end sometimes.
I picked a doozy to start with on a book club. I
Yes,
tell you
you
that.
did. You did,
And
for sure.
we jumped in it,
He
and
uses big words.
yes,
And
that's
big
good.
words, yes.
Big words.
And
Sometimes
which,
I like to go back. I'll like if I have a real book, I'll underline the words that I don't know, and I'll go back and look them up afterwards. Because some of the
Uh-huh.
yeah,
words we can't know
yeah,
every
no,
word. I mean, I'm not a
yeah,
freaking walking encyclopedia or
no,
dictionary.
me by no means. My buddy Boot was
No.
trying to get me to read like a chapter ahead. I was like, man, I can't read a chapter ahead. I'm just have to do it on the fly. I done lost my bookmark, for God's sake. What you mean, read a chapter ahead? But it's lottery ticket for
Yeah.
my book.
But you
And
know
who
Yeah,
what's
wants?
nice is that we all are able to help each other. If we
yeah,
get like stuck on a word, like somebody else could
but yeah,
pronounce it, get started. Because it
Yeah.
happens to me. I look at the word and I'm going, I can't do
no.
it.
But yeah, he's got a he's no, he's got a doozy of a like I say, he's got a vocabulary or whatever, and see at one time, which started using a different word, chick. I was back and forth with your parentheses shit. Sometimes I would just skip past that and just move on.
But
I
in
kind of let
literature,
it's like I
parentheses,
don't even know all that shit.
yeah, but it's actually giving his thought about what he's
Yeah, I
writing.
know. Yeah, but that's why you got to throw the old,
So it's important to really put
Yeah,
it in
I
there so
know.
you get what he's thinking.
It is
And that's
important, but I would have written
and that's
another
kind of like
sentence
we
that
say. We
said,
kind of
and
like
I
those
was
things,
thinking this, maybe. I
you
would
know,
have
a
written
little bit.
another sentence here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I would have
yeah.
done the same
You read
lecture.
you read
Just
another whole sentence in parentheses. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Not in the middle of the sentence. Like it makes the flow is very difficult for me on this book. I like it, but
yeah,
it's the flow is it's hard to read. It's not an easy book to
yeah. If you
read.
could,
It's not.
no, and if you do maybe 2, 3, 4 words
somebody made a
in parentheses,
bookmark.
it's fine. Like you're saying with a whole sentence within a sentence.
Yeah. He probably, depending on as we
That's
go along, he probably kind of like paraphrase a little bit of the parentheses sometimes, like, yeah, but you know what I mean? Kind of put our own swing to it. Let's go on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. That's a good
You know what I mean?
idea.
Because we could kind of switch his parentheses up a little bit, depending on what it is. It's like, what he means is fucking restaurant sucks and move on. And he'll be like,
Yeah.
I once
that's
encountered a restaurant such as this back in 19 fucking whatever. It's like, no, dude, the rest, he'd had that experience. You know what I mean?
it
We just
sucks. It sucks.
kind of mix that up a little bit to get the point across and but not have to read the whole Bama Lamb Lamb. Project D says
But
the
you know,
Kindle app has a built-in dictionary.
Ramalam.
So you can click on the word on a page.
Yeah, I guess he Project DARPA just told me that I can click on a word. Let's see, I'm gonna try it. Let's click on telephone. There it is. Dictionary. I just clicked on it. To dispute definitions, download the dictionary. Okay, where's a telephone? Colloquially referred to as a phone is a telecommunications device. It does have a freaking dictionary right there.
Cool.
oh, that's awesome.
Oh, so if we ever have words that we don't know, just let me know and I can look them up on my phone, on my
Oh,
app.
okay.
Hey, that was plenty. We want to go.
Yeah, there was tons. You want to go back and look at them? I mean,
Yeah, right. No.
jeez.
Oh my goodness.
Anasazi. Let's look that up. I mean, I think I know what it is, but
Get
the
this.
ancestral Puebloans, also known as the Anasazi, and by the earlier term, the basket maker Pueblo culture, were an ancient Native American culture that spanned the present day Four Corners region of the United States.
That's
See?
cool. But,
Interesting.
okay. Yeah.
Anasazi.
It's good.
Because
Oh,
growing up in
I've heard that
California, we
before. I've
learned
heard that
about our
before.
natives, our Native American tribes here, but we didn't learn about all of them, you know?
Yeah. I've heard
No.
Honest Ozzy before now. I've never. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, they're a Native American tribe. I think I knew that, but I didn't know where they were from. But they were at Four Corners. That's pretty cool.
And we just got through rolling through Four Corners.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, just like Rachel in Area 51.
Yeah.
It's
So
out in
he's
the middle of
eventually
nowhere.
wait till he gets down into because he's eventually gonna go into Mexico and all the way to Belize. Wait till
Yeah,
we
he
get down
rides
there.
all the way. He rides all the way to
I don't know
Belize.
if I'm saying that right, but however you say it, Belize, is that right?
Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where he goes till he comes back, and I ain't sure his trail back.
Because I know it goes Mexico, then Guatemala, and then is Belize right under Guatemala, I think?
Supposedly that's what he said. That's where he travels all the way to Belize, and then
That's cool.
he takes his, and I can't remember if he takes a different. I think he takes a different path back. I don't think he goes back up through California on his way back.
No, I would think you'd make a circle. He'd come back up a different way to Quebec.
And he started at Quebec. I don't know if you caught that part of it, or you. I think he didn't know much of that. He was from. Yeah, he started in Quebec, right? That's where he lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, he traveled from Quebec. Yeah, Quebec to Alaska, down to Canada, American coast, western regions to Mexico, Belize, and finally back to Quebec.
What blew me away is when
Road. But he don't really say which way direction he came back. But
I like that he told a little story about Rush too, and how he didn't play with them for the first 6 years.
Oh yeah,
that was different. I didn't know that.
What blew me away is when he said he and Brutus rode from east to the west, all of America and back in 5 days.
Is that even possible? They must have been going 120 miles an hour the whole way.
That's what he said that they did. That blew me away. I would think it would take 4 days driving across? one way, not both ways.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I
At
don't know.
least
I've
three.
never.
At least three, but that's not sleeping very much, you know? They must not have
No.
stopped too much.
And if they were both on separate bikes, they were both riding.
Yeah.
Of course, they were both on separate bikes. Because, like in a car, you could have two drivers, even three drivers, and you're on a constant trip, which is, the other's just sleeping while one's driving.
Right.
I
Not
could
on a
never
motorcycle.
sleep. No, I could never sleep when someone drives. Like, Vinny driving all the way back from Washington yesterday. I didn't sleep at all.
It was a 10-hour drive?
10-hour drive. We drove to the Sacramento airport. I dropped him off at the Sacramento airport, and then it was another hour ride home for me.
Okay.
I was dragging.
I spent
couldn't
about
wait to
half
get
my
home.
life in Davis. My grandparents lived there, so I was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you know the area. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you know the area.
Yep. I was just at the
Yeah.
Sacramento airport last year to see them, to go visit.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So
And
I
where were
dropped
they
him off.
flying to?
Well, he had to fly back home.
Oh, so wait, he drove with you back down?
Well, this was awesome. I can't, my doctor won't allow me to drive highways or from
Oh.
dusk to dawn. I'm like nearly
Oh.
blind in one eye.
Okay.
It's really wonky. Anyway, so I was going up for 2 weeks because we were going to go see the Foo Fighters up in Seattle. And then 2 weeks later, Santana was playing in another venue.
Awesome.
So I was up there for 2 weeks. We were going to catch the two concerts. And my son knows how attached I am to my little doggies. And he said, Mom, you want to bring the dogs with you, don't you? And I said, I would love to, but I can't. I can't take them on Amtrak. And he says, well, how about if I fly down and drive you back?
Oh, that's awesome. What a good boy.
Isn't he a great son?
Yes, that's awesome.
So then yesterday we drove down and did it in reverse, dropped him off, and he would fly into Portland, and his wife would pick him up in Portland, and they drive back home to Washington.
I love that. And what good quality time you get to spend together in a car, too.
10 hours.
Yep.
Well, actually, it was about 9 hours, a little under 9 hours with him, and I had another hour.
That's so great.
But yeah, we had a great
Awesome.
time.
And you saw the Foo Fighters in Santana?
Big dog
Yeah, the
just
Foo
walked over
Fighters.
whenever.
Hi, big dog.
Hey, what's up, big dog?
I saw.
He can't hear us, huh?
Nah, he can't hear you. They say, what's up? What's up?
I saw the Foo Fighters, and I was really surprised to see that the Pretenders opened for them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, we get the Pretenders too. That's a bonus.
That's great.
Chrissy Hines, for her
What's
age.
the other one you
Oh
went
my
to?
God.
Santana, right? Yeah, it was a different.
Santana and the Counting Crows opened for them.
Oh, I love Counting Crows. That was my first major concert I saw without parents.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, on Hollywood Boulevard at the
Hollywood
Roxy.
Bowl? Oh, at the Roxy.
No, at the Roxy on Hollywood Boulevard. Yeah.
Yeah, the Roxy. That's a nice place.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of shows at the Roxy and the Whiskey.
Yeah, at the Whiskey. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds like a great trip. How fun.
Yeah, and I have to edit my Santana video because I did a faux pas. I will film like a couple of their tunes live when I'm at the concert, so it's on my channel.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I haven't put up the Santana one. I did a faux pas. I accidentally did a camera slip.
Oh, well, you can edit it.
Yeah, but I have to do it on my computer. It wouldn't let me edit it on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, okay, gotta hold it back.
I gotta go make a short right now.
Shorts are good to make. Make lots of shorts.
Yeah.
They're
You should
really
make
good
some
to make.
shorts of your concerts.
Yeah. Should use this little blurb here, little blurb there.
I don't think I am on your channel. Did I subscribe? Can you drop your link in the chat or something so I can
Slim,
subscribe?
Who, me?
can you drop my link?
Who, me?
Because I can't access the chat.
No, for Cranky. I'm subscribed to your channel, silly. Slim,
Yeah.
but not to Cranky's. How do you think I knew this was happening? It just
Well,
popped up.
you
No, I
could
just
you could
no. I
search
was
Cranky C5.
I was getting rid of the. I
Are
was
you the
trying to
only
get rid of the head.
Cranky?
There's a
Getting
lot
rid.
of
I was
Crankies on there.
What
getting
is
rid
it,
of the
Cranky
headphones. So I can
C5?
Cranky C5.
Here. I know. I
Cranky
got you. No, I got you.
C5.
Hold up. I got it. No big deal. That's fucking weird. No, I
Oh,
was getting
geez.
rid of
What
the
did I just
headphones.
do?
So I was getting rid of headphones so Big Dog could hear y'all. So Big Dog can hear now.
Okay, hey, big dog. How's it going?
Good. How about you?
Good.
Hi, Big Dog.
Big dog, how's it going?
Oh
Oh,
shit.
now we can hear ourselves.
Oh no. Hold on. No, calm down. Everybody, calm down. Where you at, Cranky?
Calm down now.
Where? Oh, Cranky ain't made a chat. Oh, you ain't chatted nothing. Probably do.
Oh, I am subscribed, but I don't have notifications on, so I just turned notifications on.
You are
okay.
subscribed. You got Cranky?
Yeah, I found her.
Oh, good, because I didn't.
Okay.
C5.
Thank you.
Because I didn't.
Yeah. I want DARPA to join us again.
He said he would. He said he didn't know. He called him by surprise nights, what he said earlier in the chat, so I think he will.
Yeah.
So is it
Even if
okay
you
to
could
keep
just-
it on Wednesdays?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. And I could. I came a little too late for me. That's why I had to stop reading at the end because
That's
my
okay.
son's
We
trying to
can.
sleep. Yeah, I heard my son hit the wall a little bit. I was starting to get loud because I can't. I could sit here and talk like we're doing now, but trying to read, I'm gonna get up, down. So I was like, y'all,
Yeah.
it was close to the end, so I had to be. So I had the headphone, but no, Wednesdays is fine. No, I'm good. It's kind of getting interesting, to be honest with you. Getting cranked up, right?
Yeah.
Cranky?
Cranked up.
That's good.
Getting
But
cranked up.
no, I'm fine with it. Come back and read. I think DARPA said he might try to get back in, at least come and follow along. Maybe.
Or if you could
look
come
up
in and do it for like an hour. It usually takes us a couple hours.
Well, tonight it took 3, but we kind of like bullshitted and talked, kind of went
Why
around.
we did.
The last few times me and Solitaire, we usually do about 40 pages, would take 2 hours, just without doing a lot of bullshitting around. But we can knock it. Well, it's like I said, it's about a chapter a night. It'd be nice to do 2 chapters a night, but I don't want to speed read and just like boom, forget the book.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I was saying the other night. Even though if you can't remember everything from the beginning, it's good if you know. I remember bits and pieces, and some of it comes to me as he says something else later on. Obviously, we've been, you know what I mean. But at the same time, they're 40-page. Every chapter is a book to me. It's a whole book. Every chapter is like just a new book, just like a new entries to a big. You know what I mean? So if you don't remember everything from the beginning, the next chapter is a whole different book, basically.
But what I like about it is you're learning things. I learned a few things I didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's good to kind of talk about it and go over things about what we read, and then you kind of retain it better that way, I think.
Yeah, it's like that was. Thank you. That was one of my better plans as far as like Still, I'm getting better at it, but it's one thing to read, even if you bring it up. Y'all maybe y'all better than that. Even I think the actual physical book is even one step better than y'all on the tablet. Just
Mm-hmm.
saying. But that was my whole thing to actually read fucking printed, uh, written print. I ain't done that forever, and that's my main thing. Like turn a fucking page. That's like you
It's been a
know.
while since I read a book.
Well, Cranky does. She lost her book. She does, but but still,
I gotta find it. It's here.
but I think you like
Y'all,
lecture. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's like, but just the fact that we're reading and comprehending and selling out. That's brain health. Old fuckers like me, I like shit like this. I thought
Yeah.
it was
yeah, it's
healthy.
good for our brain.
That was my
Definitely.
whole. That was my whole theory. Because somebody at one time, I forget who it was. They said, "Oh, just get an audio book and let it play." Well, no, I want to like read. Turn a page, read, try to sound out, try to.
Yeah,
And
learn new
Audiobooks.
words and everything.
yeah,
It's like it's important, I
yeah,
think. And audiobooks
read.
I just zone out. I can't even listen. I don't retain anything.
Nah,
Audiobooks are
read.
good when you're driving.
Yeah,
Read.
that's true when you're
Yeah,
driving.
learn,
You have a
read,
long drive.
learn new words. Relearn words you knew,
Yeah.
and then learn some words none of us ever knew. This motherfucker here, you
This
know,
guy. Freaking Neil
And
Peart.
this
see, with
guy.
me, I have, believe it or not, I got them both. I have both lupus and MS. I've been diagnosed with both.
Oh
And so
dear.
with the MS, I get the
What's up, baby?
enunciation problems, and it's just good practice for me to
Yeah, I get
read to.
brain fog from my chronic health issues, so
Oh yeah, it's the brain fog thing, yeah, and
Hi, Project D, come up next week. We'll be a little
to
bit earlier.
to read
I'll
out
be on
loud. I mean,
earlier.
to read out loud is really good. It's good for
mhm.
me
That
at
was
my
another
age.
thing, and actually reading out loud, all that functions. Hey,
Yep.
this might sound. This is a little. This is may. It kind of makes sense, but it might not make sense. Let's see if it makes sense. Let me tell the story first. I did construction all my life, built shit and everything. I could hey, just say I'm behind a house, and for whatever reason we can't do the cutting and stuff behind that house where we got to work. So everything's set up for doing that. So I got to go around and see what they need up on scaffolding. But I got to go to the front of the house to cut it. So they give me a measurement, whatever it is, 24 and a half, whatever you want to call it. Don't matter. But you can take that and just say there's 24 and a half, and you can run to the front of the fucking house. And the time you get there, you'd be like, fuck, what was that? But this is my point, and I've done this because this is what I did all my life, and I didn't. I could take the measurement. They'd say, what is it? 24 and a half. And even if I wrote it on the side of something that was there that I couldn't even take with me, or I wrote it on a block and say, okay, and I would hear 24 and a half. I would repeat 24 and a half back to them. I would write 24 and a half down, throw the block of wood on the fucking dirt, and go around there and cut something that was 24 and a half. But if you just went off of 24 and a half, you'll forget that shit for you. So you hear it, you say it back, you write it down, and when you write it down, you actually see it also, and you won't forget. You don't even need the fucking pad no more. Does that
It
make
makes
sense?
sense.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense to
you
me.
Sure.
you use that brain muscle and then it gets worked out so you can still
Exactly.
use it.
Like I say, sometimes my other things like shit I couldn't just briefly like when I did construction because sometimes people be on the scaffoldings like, "What are you doing?" Because they'd be like, "Give me the measurements," and I'm sitting there writing them on like a something on the wall that I can't take with me. Okay,
Uh-huh.
this, that, and that. But the fact they said it, I said it back, wrote it down, and then I just go around there and get it and then bring the shit back. But I
Yeah.
didn't do all that. It wouldn't. I would forget it. So yeah, Project D
If I
does
write it
work like
down, I
me.
remember stuff too, just the
Exactly.
same as you. I got to write it down. Even if I don't take that piece with me when I get back to
Just
where I'm going, I can see that in my eyes. Like I can
to
see it
say
in my head.
this. Yeah, say the fact, and especially if you say it, or if you hear it, like you say, if you hear it, repeat it back, write it down, visually write it down. You're like,
Hmm.
you got it. Now,
Yeah.
will I remember that fucking 5 weeks from now? No, it's fucking a whole different.
Okay, we'll expect a book report from you, Slim, on this last chapter.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
I didn't write nothing down. I did see it.
you're giving me pressure.
No, just
I
from
did.
Slim. You don't have to
I
do
was
it,
just.
Cranky. Just Slim.
Okay.
Oh, that's good because I got the actual physical book, so I can go. I take some more notes. I'll be like,
Or you
yeah,
could write a
man, that
song
seems like
for
word
us.
for word of the book. Yeah, whatever. I need
Or you
what's
could
in
write a
what's in.
song for us, Slim, from the
I need
last
some cliff
chapter.
notes. I need some cliff notes.
Cliff
I
notes.
song. I write a song. I like the song. Writing a song better.
Yeah, write a song. That would be amazing. And then I can put it to music. That would be really
All
cool.
right.
I just
I
started
can.
writing songs, and I think that's a really good exercise for the
Oh,
brain too.
Oh, it
yeah.
is.
Shit. We need to work on that. Well, that's another one because I've been writing a song since this channel ever started. It was started way back. We wait to boot here. There's a beer in my boot, beer boot blues. I can't figure which. I got shit wrote down. I got pads, but that's another night. I break them out Wednesday night. I'll show you my pads. I got some stuff wrote down. Cranky's
Nice.
seen some
Oh yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
beer boot blues. There's beer in my
Cool.
boot, and that goes because my buddy Boot that's on here. He had a beer in his boot one night, and we started. I was like, man, that's a country song right there all day long. There's
Yeah, it
a beer
is.
in my
I
boot,
got a beer in my boot.
stepping out with my beer boot blues. Oh, I got
I
shit
love
wrote
writing country songs. I just did
down.
one for one of the poker players. She wanted country, and I was like, "Well, I'm the girl to do it because I love country."
Oh, there you
Oh well,
go.
then you love being up here at Slim's. He
Hell
plays
yeah!
music. He's introduced me to some country that I really like, and I'm a
Oh yeah.
rocker chick. I'm into rock and roll and metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
We
That's
See,
play that.
I'm like into
We
everything,
play
but
that. Yeah, we play that
but
too. Yeah,
I'm starting to like country. You know, some of these songs, the lyrics.
yeah,
oh yeah,
yes.
I didn't got her to listen to Upchurch and shit. She's listening to Upchurch.
Yeah, yeah.
Ryan Upchurch.
I
Fucking yeah, she
yeah.
done bought
Right
tickets
up
to
there.
fucking Aaron Lewis, but he was a rocker, but now he's doing his country shit too. Let's go
Oh
I
fishing.
bought
wow,
I bought tickets to
Go
see Aaron
fishing.
Lewis. It's in January. You know, he was the lead singer for Stained.
that's great.
And now I guess he's going solo, and I hear
And I
he's
like
really
Dar.
pretty
You know
good.
Darius Rucker, and he was the lead
Yep.
singer of Hootie and the
Hootie
Blowfish.
and the Blowfish, yeah, like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
He does a
And now he
wagon
does
wheel.
country. Wagon
Yeah, he
Wheel,
does.
great
Yeah,
song.
well, it's a great song, but I'll just say I play on here a lot. I love the fucking Old Crow Medicine Show's
Old Crow
version.
Medicine Show. That's right,
Wagon
my
Wheel.
friend. The
Song was
original.
Song was written by Bob Dylan. Just throwing that out there for
Yep.
stat. But yeah, love that song. And Darius is good. Hootie and Blowfish was good.
Yeah,
He
but
did
I
a good
like
job.
Old Crow That's first heard
Yeah.
it from Old Crow Medicine Show, and then I heard
Yep.
Darius Rucker when he came out with it.
And all that song, and plus I always loved it because he's talking about my state when he's talking about them. I'm headed into Carolina, and Raleigh's the state capital. Hoping to
Hmm.
Raleigh, I see headlights. Rock
Yeah.
me, mama, like a wagon
Wagon
wheel.
wheel,
Rock me,
rock me,
mama,
mama, any
way
wave.
feel, mama. Rock me, mama. Yeah, good shit. But
That's like the song "Tangled Up in Blue." Do you know that song by Bob Dylan?
Bob Dylan, tangled up in blue.
It's one of my
Early
favorite
one,
songs, and I
early.
first heard it by Jerry Garcia Band, but I love the Bob Dylan version.
I don't know that song.
Oh, you should
Tangled up. Yeah,
you should
tangled
listen
up
to it.
in blue.
Tang-
Early one
Tangled Up
morning.
in
Yeah,
Blue.
Yeah.
yeah, tangled up in blue. Wonder if her hair
Okay,
was
I'll have
still.
to.
Yeah, Bob Dylan.
It's
A lot of people don't
it's
like
my
Bob Dylan.
favorite Bob Dylan song. It's so good. It's really long too.
But I ain't got this shit hooked up.
Early one morning, the sun was shining. I was laying in bed.
Wondering
Wondering
if
if
her
she
hair was still
changed it
red.
all. Wondering if her
Wondering
hair
if
was
her hair
still
was still
red.
red. Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard
Her
that
folks, they
one.
said our
Wait.
lives
Yep.
together sure
Yeah.
was gonna be rough. They
Yep.
never did like Mama's homemade dress. Papa's bank book
But
wasn't
we
big
were big
enough.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly it. You know that,
And
Cranky.
I was
That's the
standing
trouble.
on the side of the
Yeah.
road, rain falling on my shoes.
Damn,
Heading
she
out
knows
for
it.
the East Coast, Lord knows I've paid some dues. Getting through, tangled up in blue.
Up
I
in
fucked that up at the
blue,
end, but
tangled up in blue.
tangled
Yeah,
up in blue. I love that song.
yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
song.
I have heard it. I heard about the red hair, but I remember that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always. Me and Boo always listen to that with that. Wondering if her hair was still. I was like the part. Wondering if her hair was still red. He's another one of them. Like we kind of talked about one night. Which if you really go down, if you say that, every song kind of really have, in most all of them, really tell some story of some sort. But ones like if you say I love a song that tells a story, that's when you know it's like story writer songs. I mean, they all kind of like tell
Yeah.
some kind of story, but some they're, you know what I mean. It's more of a does when he's telling, he's describing kind of like fucking his Neil fucking man. He's describing the whole fucking scene for you,
Bob
and
Dylan was the like
the
master at that too.
yeah,
Telling the stories with his song, and that one was about, that was a true story, that song.
yeah.
His, like, from his
Mary
life.
Carpenter's
Really?
wife. Yeah, because I went to work at the fucking Shipboard restaurant, married a carpenter's wife. It made me play the motherfucker. Play the motherfucker.
Huh.
She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I
Divorce.
helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much
Too
force.
much force.
Uh-oh.
So,
Yeah, the carpenter's wife. I can't remember that line exactly.
fucking book wasn't big enough. All right, we gotta hear. They gotta hear that song right quick. That's what we got. Hold on.
Okay.
Electra, I wanted to say earlier, I like the background you have. It looks like one of those miniature houses. You know, it has
Yeah,
open rooms. I love that.
that's what I did. I went into a AI generator that called Midjourney that makes images, and you just
Uh-huh.
type in something, and it'll make a picture of what you type in. And I typed in like a cool retro looking house, but in the style of a dollhouse, so you could
Yeah,
see all the
Yes,
I like
rooms like
when you
yes,
this.
open it up.
Yep.
yes, I love it. I
Thank
wanted to
you.
say that earlier.
Thank you.
Oh,
I've made
you're
a few
Yeah,
of
welcome.
them.
You might
I
want to
know.
make one with a red BMW motorcycle now.
Yeah. Actually,
Ooh,
actually,
good idea.
not thinking about it. One time when we was reading the book and we was still like on the Brutus and the jail and shit, and we was
Uh-huh.
reading along. And I didn't think about it, but I knew what your scene was, but at a glance, I was like, "Fuck, she's got a like one in jail," because I've seen fucking county jails with the same. I was like, "Fuck, and then I looked again. It's like, no, she had like the dollhouse split level thing. It's like, okay,
Yes, it looks like a
you know.
miniature house. Yeah.
Yeah. I could see getting the jail vibe from it though.
Yeah, I just glanced up. I seen it.
Just not
Fucking
enough
funny.
bars.
And we was that was back when it was on that part in the book with Brutus and shit writing.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Poor
he's in jail.
Brutus.
Yeah, poor
Poor
old Brutus.
Brutus.
Still in
Oh.
jail. He missed out on the motorcycle class.
That's
Yeah,
terrible.
he
And now
did.
people don't go to jail for weed.
Yeah.
Not really.
Not.
At least not in most states. Some states, I think they still do,
Yeah.
but not here.
All right, here we go. Let's do it.
Beauty brings joy.
Well, not that. Beauty brings joy. Whatever.
Bring the joy.
Yeah.
This is a good song.
It's probably one
Yeah,
of the best
Cranky.
storyteller song, along with The Day the Music Died.
Oh yeah.
I
You know that
buy
song.
Miss American Pie.
Mhm.
Drove my Chevy to the
To the
levee, but the
levee, but
levee
the
let me die.
yeah, that's a great
Good
storyteller song
old
too.
boys are drinking whiskey and wine, singing this will be the day that I die.
So good. Bella asked you something in chat, Cranky.
Oh, thank you. Let me go there. Bella, Bella, I'm home. Bella, I got home last night. I slept so much last night. I fell asleep with my clothes on top of my bed.
I do that all the time.
Oh my god. I was so tired. Got home.
hmm
I didn't want to cook. I didn't even want to make a sandwich. I ordered pizza. It got here quickly. I had 2 slices, and I was here in Slim's chat, and he ended the live. I said good night, good night, good night, and
What's that?
I was out. That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
I don't like the
Right.
light.
Oh, sneezing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on. What I'm looking for.
Well, I gotta take a pee break, and then I think I'm expected over at poker. So
Oh yeah, it's poker night. It's always poker night, isn't it?
Wait, you
yeah,
want to play over?
I
Who's
had so
playing
much
truck
fun
now?
playing
Beast
poker.
mode?
yeah. I think I'll go play some poker with Truck and Beast Mode and
Yeah.
Walk and all those guys. And thank you so much for having me. This was
Well,
really fun.
Electro, so much fun having you join us. It really was.
Thank
And
you.
clean
Okay.
up at poker. Clear the table. Take it
Yeah,
all.
clear table. Are you
I
going? Are
will
you going?
try,
You going?
lady. I've been playing
Do
like shit the last couple days, but I feel tonight's gonna be a good night.
It'll be a
you
good
plan
night.
on?
You're gonna do it.
You want to? You plan on coming back? I mean, best you can. I mean, you can't read the book. Can't read the book. It's whatever. But I mean, come back all you want to read on the book if you want. But
Yeah.
I'll put a thumbnail up for next Wednesday. I'm
Okay,
thinking
I put
probably
it in
9
my
my
phone.
time.
I put a
I'll probably just
reminder.
set it for 9. Yeah, I'll put a ahead of time thumbnail for like 9 o'clock Eastern. So that'd be like
Okay.
what 6 for y'all, 9 or 9:30,
Yeah,
something like that. But that'll works and
that's
yeah.
perfect for me. I'll be back next Wednesday. Thanks so much for having
And
me.
Okay. Look
and
forward to
another
seeing you.
night, hell, maybe just on a quick note, we ain't gotta do it. I ain't gonna do it that much. I know y'all play it in cards every once in a while, but Trox try to tell me he's just that another way, but I wouldn't mind it. It's nothing. We ain't got to get into none of it right now. Don't even tell me nothing. But maybe come set one up here one night and play on here with some people that might want to play because I don't know how to get that thing fucking set up. Trox's like, oh,
Yeah,
just that fucking whatever. And it's like, yeah, whatever, motherfucker.
sure.
But
Or even if you
anyway,
set
maybe
up,
one night if you want to come over here and set up a game if we
yeah, I could
some of us
definitely
folks
teach you
say it
how to
right.
do it.
But
I think I'd probably be a better teacher than Truck. I could
yeah, I
definitely
think
teach you how.
that's kind of where I was going with it. I just didn't want to hurt his Trox
Yeah.
feelings in case he was listening, in case he was in the bushes
Oh,
listening. I didn't want to say that out loud, but
Oh,
we
he's
love you,
not.
Truck, but you're not gonna be the best teacher. That's
thank you for
okay.
saying the quiet part out loud.
I have a big mouth.
No, it's good. No, I appreciate you. Definitely, please come back and read the book if you want. That was awesome. You can. That
Yeah,
was
I'll be
good.
back
It's
for
interesting.
sure. That was fun.
And we'll do it. She dropped. Probably got kicked out, booted out again. Cranky
Yeah,
got booted out.
she'll be
But anyway, I
back.
appreciate you jumping in. Get to your game or whatever you got to do. I'm gonna end this here pretty soon anyway because it's
All
school
right.
night for my son. But definitely appreciate you. I'll have a thumbnail so it'll be, if you got the bell set and
Yep, I got the bell set and
interesting.
I got a reminder set on my phone, so I'll remember to come
Yeah,
back on
awesome.
Wednesday. That'll be fun. And
Yep,
peace and
appreciate
love,
you. Yeah,
everyone. Peace and
Yeah.
love.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Yep. Oh, I still got on that fucking bubble shit. That was something new. I was fucking around with it. Something they added together. Fuck with it. Accidentally got. All right. You going down, Cranky? You coming back up? Or if not, I'm going to end it. Let me know. Probably roll out of here anyway.
She's tired.
Yeah, I figured you were. It's all good. Like I said, I'll probably roll out of here anyway. It's all good. What up, what up? Everybody, y'all make sure you get them thumbs up. Yep, I'm with you. Everybody get them thumbs up. What's up, Fishing Pole? Get them thumbs up for me. Appreciate y'all coming in. We'll continue this book next Wednesday. A little earlier than there's shit going on today, but anyway, a little earlier. But check. All right, Cranky. Peace. Fishing Pole. Peace. Bella. Peace. Whoever's still there. Electra, if you still listen. Peace. Baywatcher. Project D, and who's ever left.